All right, we are live.
Welcome back to our GURPS Hammer campaign. I am Rigel, your GM for tonight's session. This campaign will be utilizing GURPS 4E rules, but is set in the Empire of Man, found in the Warhammer Fantasy role-playing setting, and Warhammer Fantasy Battles, and Warhammer Total War, and etc., etc. In addition to our live streams on Twitch, this and all future sessions will also be available on YouTube and as audio-only podcasts. Links will be found in the descriptions. We will be down Mel tonight due to her celebrating her birthday somewhere, hopefully having fun. So happy B-Day, Mel. May it not suck. FX Engineer, I need a roll for your secret into the skull, please. And do you have any character business for Christoph?
Nope, I do not have character business for Christoph.
I do need you to actually finalize what your short-term ambition is. You threw out a bunch of ideas on Discord, but you didn't actually narrow it down to a single one. So keep that in mind. All right, Nosh, do you have any character business for Enfys?
That's a negative.
Cool. I do not currently need a roll for the enemy since it is per adventure. And regarding the second sight, which is what they were calling, or what Warhammer Fantasy calls the detectability, the magical detectability, I determined that is probably just detect, and it is rare, which is basically 5 points. And that is, it's technically based off of perception, although each spellcaster is going to perceive things slightly differently. Like you may or somebody who's using the College of Wizard or College of Shadow would probably sense things based off of different shadows, and you would probably be able to detect the magic stuff based off of, oh, that's weird, that's an additional heat in that direction, and so on.
Okay.
That's not something you have to get. It's just something if you end up deciding you want to pick up at some point. Cool. All right. Gigerman, do you have any character business for Jorg?
I went ahead and spent points on a combination for a two-handed sword, which I'm not going to be able to use for a while.
Oh, wow. Combination. Have we actually used one of those in game?
I
mean, ever?
feel like we have somewhere.
Clearly, you need to get a two-handed sword then. Also, you successfully completed your previous short-term ambition last week when you informed the family members of the other members of Der Grau Company. No, what is it? The Great Company. So increase your character point total by 1 and give some thought to your new short-term ambition.
So the new short term is going to be, for the moment, he is either going to get the broken sword repaired, so still looking for the wizard, or to have it reforged as something else, like a arming sword or something.
Okay.
I may abandon that later if I have a better idea, but that's what I'm going to use for now.
That's fine. Well, Copper Tongue is going to be basically in the armory, so you can always go to her for that. Ronki, I need a roll for your secret into the skull, please. And do you have any character business for Soren?
Yes, I will be increasing his perception by 1.
All right. And finally, your short-term ambition is too open-ended. You currently have earn a bunch of money really fast. So it's like, what's a bunch of money and what's really fast? How much money, how fast, etc.
Well, it's his primary interest is to be able to pay off his debt and still live good. So, he wants to be earning at least his debt on top of, cost of living.
Okay, well, I'll have to take a look at that. Oh, yeah, and I have 2 other final things I need from, let me double check. It is from Jorg and Soren. I need the 2 of you to roll a will check into the skull, please.
Ooh.
Very interesting. Okay, so last week the PCs entered into Bögenhafen and hijinks and shenanigans ensued.
You know,
Yeah, go ahead.
I forgot. I know that was supposed to pick a quirk from some failed fright checks,
Ah, yeah.
but I didn't really think about it too much. Had to do with seeing like dead, severed heads and lots of blood, I think.
Could have a phobia of lawyers' offices.
Okay, so blood or severed heads. Yeah, it's let's see, what would that be? That could be not
Well,
flashback. I
it's
guess
kind
that
of a.
could be just a sort of a quirk level phobia.
Well, I was going to say a little squeamish,
Uh,
sort of a specific instance of it.
Dang severed heads. Yeah, I'll have to remind myself exactly what the quirk level in that case works out. I don't want to mess with the thing at the moment. So we are in Bogenhofen, and the PCs ventured to the lawyer's office after doing some other stuff for most of the day. And it was apparently some sort of trap because a bounty hunter was trying to capture Castor Lieberung, who Soren was pretending to be. And it did not end well for poor bounty hunter, as something outside murdered him very, very painfully and tore apart some body parts, and there were like heavily mutilated bodies and all that jazz. The PCs were arrested by investigating watch members who clearly didn't know what the hell was going on, and you managed to avoid getting executed for disturbing the peace. So I guess that's good. But instead, you were oddly placed into the town watch, which is like 99th Reichland foot, I think it is. Ultimately, doesn't matter. Everybody just thinks of them as the Bogenhafen Town Watch. So I guess technically you're in the army, and you were the where's he at? The watch captain, who's like seems like a stuck-up sort of dude. Um, Basically turned you over to a sergeant named Rudy Klumpenklug, who is going to be sort of watching over you, I guess. You were basically assigned to. It's like, yeah, travel with him, or he'll be taking a keeping an eye on you, and let's see, the official, yeah, he'll be in charge of you during your time of the watch, and he's going to be like reporting back and all that jazz. So today is the first day where you will be actually serving in the watch. And do I not have the stinking image? It's going to be one of those days, I can tell. You will be issued tabards and nifty berets. So those aren't really berets. Those are those. I don't know what those hats are called. The floofy Renaissance hats that they like to wear. The rest of your gear is you've got whatever it is, so whatever gear you have. Since Mel is out, once Copper Tongue was identified as being a Smith type, they promptly pointed her in the direction of the barracks, the armory there, and so they've got her doing repairs and all that jazz, and it's also going to give her a chance to finish her personal anvil thing. But as you are aware, you'll be like going to be on for 3 days during the day, and then you'll be shifted over to the night shift for 3 nights, and then shifted back, and so on and so forth. Today, you will be basically patrolling along the Bogen site. I guess I should probably do the Bogenhofen map. And I'm going to be curious does everybody see the L now?
Nope,
Yes.
I see the L.
I do not see no.
That I'm pointing to?
Yeah, no L there.
It's so weird.
There is now. I guess it had to
Okay.
load.
That's kind of weird because so what had happened last time is I basically have this image in Inkscape, and I added the L and then I exported to the ping, and then I went to assets and reloaded refresh folder assets, and so the L immediately showed up on mine last week, but none of you were seeing it, so I was wondering if everybody sees it now, but I guess so. But the guard shift that you guys have, or not the guard shift, but the rotation is basically going to be patrolling down the through the docks area, and not just along the docks, but also like in the very cut into the dock area and such like that. But it's basically long, boring. For those of you who are not I don't want to say comfortable. That's not the right word. You're not particularly familiar with ships and all that stuff. There is a very strong smell that is coming from this area, which is probably not a terrible surprise. You've got the smell of fish. You've got the smell of the river. You've got the smell of stuff that's been dumped into the river. As you are doing the various patrols, Rudy or Sergeant Rudy will be like, definitely pointing out particular areas. He's like, all right, so we don't want to ever want to try to kind of avoid going down that back alley because, there's a couple handful of gangs that like to loiter in that area when it gets dark. And yeah, this place here has the best the best ale. Pointing to actually, you guys probably been there as the Boatman Inn. And most of you were thinking that was kind of mediocre. And then he'll also obviously point across the river to the northern side, and he's like, that's the Allstat over there. It is basically the slums. We kind of want to avoid ever getting assigned over there because it really sucks.
Okay.
And the day is relatively mostly uneventful. I mean, you're doing watch stuff. Oh goodness, what is this that I'm looking at? Oh, there's the hats, but that's not the right hats. Those are
It
women's
appears
hats.
to actually be referred to as a beret.
Is it really? Why is this just women hats?
There's a little slider down below with the other pictures.
Oh, that would be why. Is it really a beret? That's kind of weird. Oh, yeah. It just has a little was it carrot above the E. So I wonder how that changes the pronunciation. Doesn't matter. As you are in the process of going through the area, several of you will note I won't say frequent, but definite more than it should be times where Sergeant Rudy will pause and speak with like a shop owner or a merchant or whatnot, and some money will exchange hands, and Rudy will walk away with a bit more money than he had before.
I'm sure he was making a legitimate purchase or sale. I mean,
sure, maybe. I need everyone to give me either a perception or observation check, whichever is higher.
right. It appears I have not picked that up.
Damn, Infus.
I know. I see everything. Me, how this whole campaign ends.
In fire.
Excellent.
Oops. Sure, I'll just use that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Who am I missing? Nobody? Nobody. Duh. Gonna be like that. It is gonna be like that. Okay, so Infus, critical success by 9. Soren by 5. Jorg by 0. I guess Christoph. That makes sense. Actually, I also need probably from Christoph the loner check because there are a crap ton of people along the docks area, and there are like new boats arriving every hour because they are definitely building up for the Schaffenfest next week. So Christoph is probably feeling really, really uncomfortable with all of these damn people around. So those of you that did succeed, particularly Enfys, will note a you will absolutely see a pickpocket up ahead on the docked area, who has absolutely cut a purse and is slipping away into the crowd.
Fireball.
So I will say, hey, somebody just picked someone's pocket. Let's go get him.
On that note, I was distracted momentarily and did not get to ask this question before we got to this point, but how did they arm us?
Most of the watch are what they will generally do. Honestly, right now you guys are kind of odd because they're generally operating in groups of 2 and maybe 3, where two of them will be carrying halberds and the other one will be carrying usually like a crossbow or something like that. So if you want to get a halberd, they have plenty of halberds, but otherwise it's you're equipped however whatever your kit is.
So they let us carry our own weapons then?
They absolutely do.
Well, sir, Cern will say, point the little fucker out. I'll get him.
It's a she. I should probably see if she's aware. Uh-oh, it's the fuzz. She sees the lot of you and bolts. And
Chase
this
Who did
time, I
who
need
did she
to break-
pickpocket from?
It wasn't one of you. It was like a local merchant.
Is it a known merchant?
Yeah, it's just a merchant out here on the just got a little shop sort of thing.
Okay. Is it one of the merchants on our extortion list? Well, soon to be extortion list?
You don't necessarily have an extortion list.
I will.
Yep, our heroes, everybody, our heroes.
It's not extortion, it's protection.
Uh-huh. Right. It's like it's been so long since I've done a chase that I had to pull it up and remind myself how the hell the thing works. Right, I need another thing to identify range,
You
don't
need
I?
you need 2 of every PC and 1 of the quarry.
How do you do 2 of the PCs if you're just dragging and dropping? I don't think you can.
Well, not from the tracker.
Yeah, you can't do it from the tracker. You'll have to do it from the avatars.
Okay. Yeah, you can. Okay. See, there you go. I'm learning new things. I should probably also turn that stupid snap to grid off.
You know, it only counts as learning if you actually retain it.
Wait, did it remove? It looks like it removed the stuff from the. Hold on, I'm gonna try something. Yeah, when I pull it from the characters. Okay.
Yeah, that's the same. That's still the
That's
the real character.
You have to hold down Shift, Alt, or Control, or something like that.
Yeah, that doesn't work anymore though, I thought.
Or maybe you have to drag from the avatar picture itself.
No,
that's
used
what I
to work.
just did. Wait, was somebody who did that one?
Well,
I did. I
Okay,
dragged
so
myself
the
on there.
PCs can drag them. Okay, so
But I drag it.
Deadly.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, PCs can do it.
So noted.
Uh-oh, Nosh just dropped off. I hope that doesn't mean his power is completely out.
That's awfully fast. Maybe it came back on. Well, obviously we need to
Right, I need to turn that
off
thing off.
that thing.
So you should clear the all tokens because I was messing around.
Thanks, Rongi. Right, so all the PCs should pull their token onto.
So if you do it, it doesn't work?
No, it just pulls it as if I'm pulling the combat tracker.
Even if you hold down Shift, Control, or Alt?
Yep. So FX, can you drag your token onto the move? Go to the just pull up your
Where's-
character
yeah,
sheet. Up
okay.
there where you have your yep.
You
there
can
go.
actually drag it from your avatar. You don't need to open your character sheet for it either.
Sorry, I saw
I didn't know about that.
I saw him at the bottom, so I thought he was already there.
Yeah. So on the chase, there are like 2 things. Okay, so it's chase. A chase. It begins in. We are at medium range, so it's like you get, there. What is it? I don't know, 21 to less than 100 yards. So it's a pretty good job on even seeing that.
Are you going to be using the terrain features?
I'm trying to see if I have that loaded.
If you're using the chase module, I think the table and all that actually is part of the chase module.
Do you remember what it's called? The table? Chase circumstances. Found it.
It's probably in the GURPS 4E Chases group.
Is that actually a table option? Oh yeah, I guess it is. I didn't have that pulled down. Okay, so what do we got? What are we starting out with in terms of chase things? Obstacles. Clearly, at this point, there are some stevedores who are carrying a handful of, fairly large boxes from from one spot to another. So strength of the obstacle. Wait, obstacle penalty stunt including evade equals -1. Strength of obstacle is what? Is it 30?
I imagine it's 3D times 10.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, there's an obstacle. So if you do a stunt, it is at -1 to get through there. And yeah, it looks like it just hasn't. It didn't actually multiply that. And it also does look like Nosh lost his power. Of course, I hadn't plugged in my laptop during my travels here, so yeah, I didn't have much juice. I'm guessing, he says.
I guess he could use his phone, so it at least be on voice, and then you could do the rolls for him.
Yeah, hey, if he ends up thinking of that, or though the power miraculously comes back on.
Because he can see the screen via
he can't.
the Twitch
No, he can't.
from his phone. I
Yeah,
assume
that's
he's on.
assuming he pulls it up on his phone.
It's fine. We can we can play with it. We can figure it out. He can potentially. It makes perfect sense for him to point the thing out, and at least the two fastest PCs are Christoph and Soren, as far as I'm aware, and so it makes perfect sense for him to go, there she is, and then just stay in the back and not chase after you at all. Okay, so chase sequence. Each round, the sequence is 1. Quarry chooses a chase maneuver. I am the quarry. Then second part is the pursuers will choose a chase maneuver.
I've got a question.
Go
With
ahead.
the obstacle, is that a mandatory thing? I don't recall if it's mandatory or optional.
Do you remember what pyramid this is in? I can pull that up and
It's
double check.
written up the top of the chase thing. So
Oh yeah, 3112 maybe.
yeah, 3112 or
I think that's
53.
Of the chase. Yes, it looks like okay. So that's tight and such like that. Chase events. Let's see. So I guess actually, yeah, you are correct in that it is a mandatory thing, it looks like. Obstacles are anything that blocks the forward progress of a chase. Cross traffic, a fruit stand, even the old standby of a pair of workers carrying a sheet of glass. Obstacles are different from the omnipresent hazards of the landscape because they scroll up. They must be specifically reacted to. All right, so if it's got a strength of 30, let's see. I guess that it makes perfect sense for that to be like a box or
So
something
is
like that.
is that actually 3D times 10?
Yes, because I located that. If I look at chase circumstances 12, I've got obstacle penalty to stunt, including evade obstacles equal minus bracket 1d6. Okay, and then strength of obstacle is 1d6 times 10.
So I will have to
So
update
evading
that.
an obstacle requires either a stunt or a stunt escape maneuver, which gives its usual bonus to the thing. Some obstacles, such as oil slicks, can only be evaded. A failure to evade results in a wipeout. Plowing through an obstacle means basically trying to crash through it. Although I'm not sure that's probably very wise in the event that that's a strength of 30 that you'd be trying to plow through. So that could hurt a little bit. It could be fun though. But yeah, so we have the quarry. Chase maneuver. She is choosing. Oh, right. What is stunt escape? Is that going to work here? Because she can do stunt, or so she's going to attempt a stunt escape. If I can get the right character, which is basically going to be the same thing. So
Well, that requires specific conditions. So there has to be a way for her to not be pursued.
I am rereading the thing because I thought it specifically said, evading an obstacle, Pyramid 3-112, page 13, under the obstacle. Evading requires a stunt or stunt escape maneuver.
Right, but a stunt escape is a special case of the stunt. It's like the mobility pursuit. You have to be able to change the mobility situation to the point where they can't just follow. So in this case, if it's an escape, that means it's ending the chase. So she hops on a boat or something that is leaving.
That's actually what I was going to say. Is like maybe she jumps, goes for one of the boats that is, or not necessarily a boat, but a carriage, lands on, jumps on top of a carriage that is, heading out.
Yeah, normally it requires a lucky break or some such thing like that.
You can always just make it a stunt then.
You can. You're the GM. You can decide she has a lucky break.
All right. Right. So, Corey, I chose my chase maneuvers. It looks like everybody is going with their own chase maneuvers. So, Pursuer, you will resolve any attacks or skill rolls for your maneuver. That is not the stunt, I don't think.
I believe
Any
that is
attack
the
or-
stunt roll.
Okay, then it is the stunt roll at -1. In this case, since you are on foot, it would be what? Dex or
According to the description in action, you can roll against acrobatics, climbing, or jumping.
there you go. Acrobatics, climbing, or jumping. And if you don't have any of
Well-
those, then it's going to be Dex.
-1.
I guess
Minus
we'll
one,
use the one
yes,
that I
sir.
have. God help us all.
Actually,
Nope.
it says roll against the skill that you are using for the chase. So if you're using
Well, which one is it?
Stunt. All right. Roll against the skill you're using for the chase at any even penalty, although this is different. On foot, you must choose a move from climbing or parkour. The stunt is against acrobatics, climbing, or jumping. So you're right, Daniel. It was climbing. In all cases, failure sends you to wipeouts. All right, so Ronky needs to make his acrobatics, climbing, or jumping check. I think you are not going to be at -1, Ronky, because of Daredevil. I think that's going to zero that out. As you do
Assuming he's doing
unnecessarily
something
stupid
ridiculous.
stuff. Well, spoiler, Alette, the person being chased, has Daredevil, and she is absolutely doing stupid, crazy, risky stuff.
Okay. I'm just curious if this is a -1 to the stunt roll, or is it like one level of stunt? Because for every -2 you take to your stunt roll, you get a +1 to a chase roll. So in this case, we're doing a stunt, but if it's only -1, then we're not getting any bonus for it. Maybe that's the intention.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
What does it
I'm
say?
wondering where the hell did the table get the 1D? Where did it get the penalty?
Maybe it's in the text. Either way, I'll make my roll.
Which gives its usual bonus to the chase roll if successful on the stunt.
So I'm guessing.
I'm just wondering where I got the 1D6 on that for though.
Not all obstacles can only be evaded.
Right. Well, make your roll there, Ronky, and I need you to roll an 18 just because that would be really funny.
Sorry to disappoint. So that's succeeded by 2.
Okay, so she is. So then I go. Oh, right. We need to do the wipeout thing for good old Jorg. Said any. Where was that at?
There's
Stunt,
nothing to do with it. Well,
In all cases, failure sends you to wipeouts. Page 35.
right.
Success gives you the bonus.
I don't
Okay,
think we
so
do the
that's a
wipeout
regular.
yet.
Yeah, you're right. No. It's like it doesn't matter. You get a regular failure on foot. So it's just like you have a scare. However, you will participate in the quick contest as usual this round, but next round you have to do emergency action or stop. Clearly, you were going to run over some. Some poor innocent nuns. All right. Success by 7 on my rogue as she is scrambling and jumping and somersaulting and doing all that jazz. So we have 3 successes, 1 fail. Let's see. Neither side wipes out badly. We roll a quick contest of chase rolls. The chase rolls crap. Let's see here. This is going to be based off of either running or dexterity. Yeah, I think I had noticed the reverse escape there, Giger, but I had never actually read it.
Yeah, I'm starting to think I never actually read this article. I mean, I'm aware of it. I knew roughly. I skimmed it at least at some point, but I may not have ever actually read it.
Isn't that the way of things? All right, chase maneuvers. Let's see. So our chase things, that's going to be, if you do not have running, you will use dex. You can use a complementary skill of either area knowledge or urban survival if you have that.
The area
Should
knowledge
have made
again.
that my running roll.
Say that again, FX.
Oh, just does it matter which area knowledge we have?
Well, it does need to sort of be the location, so relatively local. I don't remember what yours is.
It says Uber Strike.
No,
but
that wouldn't apply
I'm not
here.
familiar with the names. Yeah.
Yeah, that wouldn't apply here. If you have urban
What's-
survival, you could attempt to use it.
What's the speed bonuses?
The speed bonuses
2 for
are
5, 3, 4, 6 plus.
Yep, move 6 to 7 person is +3 and +4 for. So I guess someone who has a move of 8 gets a +4.
Nice.
Is that right?
I guess maybe. Did you say Dex was one of the choices?
For the thing, yeah, it's like
Foot chase.
it's based off of running, and if you don't have running, you have to use Dex, right?
Well,
It says pedestrians without running can use Dex.
Okay, that's what I thought.
All right, so let's see. I have.
there's no other negatives, just the speed bonus.
Yeah, that is correct for you.
No, I believe we still get the stunt bonus even if you failed the stunt.
But we don't get a bonus because it was only a -1.
All right, I got a success by 7 on the run. Let's see. That means there's going to be no change because Jorg is by 4, Soren is by 4, and Christoph is also by 7. So I think it needs to be by 5 or greater for it to shift. So you maintain your current your current range, and so range band does not change.
And I think your goes to emergency action this turn.
That is
Right.
correct. And I also need to do the groovy table thing to see if things got better or worse. Things are always going to get worse. Chase circumstances. Wow, that's exactly the same. I don't. Why? Okay.
What did the terrain start as?
Cramped because of the people.
Oh,
You can still
yeah,
get
that
wagons.
means
You can still get wagons through it, but it's
Oh, okay.
tough.
no. We're individuals aren't penalized on that one. Okay, that's fine.
Yep.
FYI, we got a bug in the chase table.
Do we?
Yeah, that should have been
Where?
1d6 plus 2.
Should it? Did I
Yeah.
screw that up?
No, whoever created the table did.
That would be me.
Was it you? I thought somebody else did that.
Pretty sure I did these.
I thought I created the chase module.
Yeah, but I think I created the chase circumstances table and gave it to you, and you added it into the chase module.
Well, if you want to accept the blame, I'll certainly give it to you.
12. Where's the 1d6 plus 2 that you're talking about?
I'm looking at the article, and that's specifically it said to determine the penalty of stun, including to evade obstacle, roll 1d plus 2.
Where? What page? Where?
15 on Pyramid 3112.
Okay, so that would make a little bit more sense. Let's see. So
Of course, you
can I
could still
just
end
go-
up with an odd number, which doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense.
So that means it's going to be at least -2 for the pyramid thing.
You know what? I'll bet that's a typo. I'll bet that should have been 1d times 2.
Why would it be 1d times 2?
Because you can't have odd penalties.
Holy cow, that's brutal. So right now we're at 2. This is going to be awesome. You guys are going to really hate it.
Well, as previously determined, you do not have to make the stunt. You can always stop.
And you have to do emergency action.
Right. So remind me of that one.
I'm like,
You're just
yeah,
-5.
What was
emergency.
it? I thought you had to actually make
You
some
don't-
kind of save on that.
You don't need to make any rolls. You're just -5 on your chase roll for this
Okay.
turn.
Right. So it looks like we are now at -2. We're still at -2 for the evade obstacles. If someone wants to plow through it, that's now a strength of 50. So that's definitely getting closer to like a proper wagon. So pursuers have picked their chase maneuvers, and pursuers must resolve any attacks or skill rolls. So I need the stunt rolls from Christoph and or Soren. Yay!
Daredevil gives me +1.
You said it was climbing.
It is stunt is acrobatics, climbing, or what was the other one? Acrobatics, climbing, or jumping at -2.
It's 2. Oh, failure by 4.
All right, that is not a critical fail. So just like Jorg last round, you will have to do emergency action next round. Okay, so now it's my turn. I need to do acrobatics. It's going to be -1 because of it's -2 plus 1. So success by 3. Okie dokie. Then we do no other side wiped out too badly. We'll do the quick contest to chase rolls. Is this stunt gives you a plus? Right. So, the people that made the stunt roll this round, which would be Christoph and Soren and Elita, whatever, will get a +1, plus any complementary skills. She is success by 5 on the area knowledge Bögenhafen, so she has +2, and then you have your speed, whatever your speed is.
A failed complimentary is a penalty, right?
Yes, I think that's what we did, what we were doing before. I don't know if it actually says that officially.
I think that's what it says officially. It's like an assist.
What's that again?
A
He
failed
it, so
complimentary.
he's at a penalty.
Oh, on an assist, yeah.
Well, it's not exactly an assist. It's a complimentary skill roll. I
Right.
think a
Alright.
failed roll
That's
is
an assist.
fail. Yeah.
So, Jorg, you'll be at -5 this round.
Yeah,
Due to
I
the
was,
emergency action plus your speed, which is
I
what?
was trying to determine whether or not I actually needed to make the stunt. It looks like I'm gonna catch up anyway,
Or not. Success by 12.
or not.
Ha ha.
I don't get the daredevil on the
Nope.
chase roll, do I? No.
All right, Christoph, you need to make a dex or running check, which will be at, I don't know, what is his base move?
7.
All right, so you'll be 3, 4. You'll be at plus
He's
4 for this round.
he's a 6. He's lightly encumbered while he's carrying his like backpack and stuff. So I don't know. So but
Okay,
7
so
is the
well,
base.
yeah, it's a move 6 to 7 gives you a plus 3. But you did the stunt, so that's plus 1. So you'll be at plus 4 this round.
Oh jeez. All right. Success by 5.
All right. Well, my success by 12 is better than all of you
Jeez.
guys. She is
Jeez.
putting. She clearly knows what she's doing, and she's putting some distance between the lot of you guys.
It's okay. She's got her name written on her back.
Yeah, that name is Soren Roth.
Imposter.
Okie dokie. To circumstances, if they change, it widens one step. All right. So we are now into tight. So it's clearly probably churned into the city proper.
Main Street.
Yep, Main Street.
Or like E on the map.
I have to pull up my map.
Or maybe there.
Yeah, it's like definitely into that area opening up. Okay, that means don't have to do any stinking stunts this round.
Never gonna catch her.
Yeah, I'm kind of arriving at that. I'm gonna go ahead and do this just to do it. I doubt it's gonna help, but I'm
No,
gonna
Kristoff has to do emergency action this round because remember you failed the thing last round.
I failed my stunt roll.
Yeah, so you have to pull the same thing that that Jorg did, and it's just like the stupid. No, Jorg, you succeeded, so yeah, you can do the. It'll be interesting to see what the stunt is going to be.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
so we've chosen the chase maneuvers. The pursuers will resolve any attacks or skill rolls, and that looks like it is only going to be Jorg. What is the stunt you're doing?
Actually just realized that I don't have a specific area knowledge of Bögenhafen that is higher than my IQ, so
But you're
that
from
stunt
here,
is pointless.
so-
Yeah, my IQ is only 11.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then we have no checks. So we are going to go straight to the chase rolls. Let me try my area knowledge, see if I know where I'm going. I do. So she has a +5.
God.
This is awesome. Okay, so Kristoff, you will need to make a check at let's see, first -5 +3. So you'll be at -2 on your check
Jeez.
because well, it's the emergency action this round.
Yep. And then I can do the Dex or
Oh, look
what?
at mine. I rolled a 14. That's terrible.
Wow.
No, wait. I rolled a 17. Wow. How is that not a critical fail?
Because your skill's more than 8.
Skills, right.
More than 16.
I'm sorry, Kristoff. Say that again. You'd asked the question. I got super distracted.
Just Dex or what other skill for the emergency action?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just the
Climbing?
same thing. It's yeah.
There's
I
no
think- no.
there's
I
no
think it's
roll
that
for the
strength.
emergency. All you
This
do
is
is
just the
take a
chase roll.
-5.
Yeah. This is just the chase roll, and it is generally treated as running in this case, running or Dex if you don't have running.
All right. Success by 1.
All right. Wow. Somehow Jorg has closed some of the distance based off of the results because I got a fail by 1. Soren got a success by 2. Is that right?
Well, yeah.
Jorg got a success by 6, so that is a difference of 7 between me and her, or me and him. So wow, I don't know how you did it. You cut
Must
through
be
an
tripped up,
alleyway.
clearly.
Cut through an alleyway while everybody else was running around the long way, and then it's like, oh hey, you're even closer to her. So good job. And you got
I
lots of
failed
people
forward.
going, what the hell is going on as these people are chasing? All right, round 4. Let's see what my table changes to. Oh no, there's an obstacle.
Yeah, this comes up a lot.
Yeah, well, I changed the thing. It didn't quite determined like I wanted it to. So wow, that's going to be a tough obstacle if it's ×2. So that's going to be a -6. I'm not looking forward to that. Well, luckily it's only a strength of 20, so somebody could totally try to plow through it if they want to. And I believe that since Christoph did his emergency action last round, you can get in on the stunt action too.
Alright,
Okay,
so
what is it? Is it
-6.
something that we can avoid?
Okay, so it's a -6 on the obstacle thing and a strength of 20. What would that be? That could be like a couple of guys, maybe a fruit cart. We need a fruit cart, even though I don't know
That
if
could
it's
be a fruit
appropriate.
cart.
Strength
if
of
it's-
20 could
yeah,
be a horse that is broken loose and is spooked and then kicking and
Sure, we can go with that. I like that because of all of these people in town, and it's just freaking out. So let's
Okay.
see.
so it was a 6 penalty.
I need to figure out how to make it actually show that correctly. But I was hoping
Well,
it'd auto-calculate that, but
yeah, it
it's
should have.
not.
I would have thought.
But they're not auto-calculating for some reason.
Can you put a /die command in there instead of dropping die on there?
I don't know. I don't want to spend way too much time trying to figure that out.
Okay.
But
Well-
I will try to make a note of that.
For the record, on rereading the obstacle situation, so the deal is you can either evade it or plow through it, or you can stop, or you can reverse. Basically, if you're going to keep going on the chase, you have to actually go through it.
Okay. Well,
Otherwise, it's not an obstacle.
right.
So,
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Several options when facing an obstacle. If you don't want to deal with it, you can stop, take a static maneuver, or try a reverse escape to come back the way you came. To continue the path, the obstacle must be evaded or plowed through in the next round. Well, she's going to be trying to evade it. Not liking that -6, I must admit.
yeah, that's not great. Ooh,
So we can climb or acrobatics over an obstacle
You can try.
instead
Okay.
of running.
I would like to make a complimentary roll on that.
Can you do that on the stunts?
Don't see why you couldn't, depending on
What's
what it is.
What's the penalty on this one?
-6.
It's 3 times 2. Okay. 6.
Okay, that's tricky.
Success by 1.
Holy cow. Way to go.
All right, I'm going
Roll
to
the
try
6.
this.
Oh,
And
that
fail
wasn't
miserably.
You're
Okay.
going to get kicked by that horse, aren't you? Okay, that is... Oh, so that's that's where you're doing the complimentary. Then your roll
That
is
means
going
I'm
to
gonna
be
be
at
-8.
-7.
No,
Yeah,
-8.
-8. Yep, -8. Sweet.
Yeah,
Come on, Giger. You can disappoint us. Holy crap, that's terrible.
no, it's not going to happen.
-8. Well, it's just a regular fail, so... All right, let's see if I can botch this. Holy cow.
Unbelievable.
Success by 3. So she clearly knows exactly what she's doing. The horse is dancing around there, and she totally does that tuck and rolls right underneath it and on her feet and still running. Okay. So now everybody gets the benefit of the stunt roll for this round. So that is going to be a +3. Yep, a +3 plus your speed. And
So minus-
see, and woo, barely made that. Sorry, what was the question about the minus?
If there was a minus.
Not yet. No. So you get 3. You would be at +6 at Christoph. Yep. Or you already got it. So I need to do the maths. That's
Soren got a 10. Success by 10.
Yeah, but she's going to get huge bonuses for hers.
She rolled.
8, I think.
Oh, jeez. She's got a
Is that right?
critical fail.
Well, I got to make
Oh,
sure I'm doing the math right. +1 complimentary, +3 for the thing, And then plus 4. Okay, yeah, plus 8.
I think unless we get like a lucky break, I'm not sure we're going to be able to catch up. We're just not.
Well, I could roll I
Soren's
could roll
the
like
fastest one.
mediocre. I got a success by 8. That means no change.
Yeah.
Wow.
Soren's
Except
like the
half of us are
fastest one.
taking emergency action next turn.
That is where she's gonna, have a good time. So,
No, not quite.
are you like, screw this noise? I'm stopping. Pedestrian.
I don't have a
closing.
choice.
Wait, why is this? If any
I
of
crit
that
failed.
happens? Yeah, but that was on the.
Oh,
that
wait,
wasn't
no,
on
that
the-
wasn't
that
the
was
stunt roll.
that
Never
was
mind.
on the
Carry on.
complimentary. You just took an additional minus.
Carry
2.
on. Never mind. Ignore me.
Oh, terrain narrows 1 step again, so it's back to cramped. So she clearly took a sharp turn down one of the alleyways instead of staying in the open. So you can continue to do a. Who is that? That is Christoph. Could do a stunt, or you could just do a move. It's up to you.
What's the emergency action? Is that like
That's because they failed. They failed the stunt.
Oh, I see.
So, like, the horse is causing them to scramble out of the way and to avoid getting hit or something like that.
Oh, okay. So
Although
if you
good
fail to
news
stop,
there, what is it? Good news there, York. You're still the closest person to her.
Oddly enough.
Oddly
how
enough,
the heck? Yeah.
because he cut through an
For
area. Yeah, for now. All right. So I don't think we have any special maneuvers. So we just go straight to the chase rolls.
Cut to the chase.
Cut to the chase, indeed. Oh, look, I failed my area knowledge. All right, so that works. That's going to be -1. So,
All right, please give me something good.
Oh, crap.
-1.
Forgot about that.
yeah, minus.
You don't add a speed bonus on this one?
Yeah, you still get. Yeah, it's chase bonus, chase rolls. You still get the. You always get the speed for whatever reason.
I roll
Oh yeah, and those of you
8.
who are doing the emergency action are at -5 on the roll. Ooh, by 8.
Jeez.
So no
Doesn't
change with
change.
Christoph and Aled. You are at 0, Soren, because you did emergency action. So you're at -5.
Yeah, I've already taken that into account. I've got a +5
How
speed bonus with the
No, you.
urban survival.
Okay. And get back over there into long range, York.
Eh?
Now you guys are in, because it's like you got a success by 2. I got a success by 5 or 8. That's difference of 5.
Oh, damn it. I was looking at somebody else's roll.
Neener. Totally going to outrun you all.
Well, makes more sense anyway.
That's the wrong thing. That is not what I wanted to hit.
Right.
At least we're still in the chase.
conditions- So, hang on just a second. The conditions can change how far you have to get away from them in order to end the chase.
I don't remember. I think that's right, but I don't remember what he did. And because it's normally they have to go to beyond extreme.
Max
where you
range,
can't-
long, in, tight.
Okay, so if it gets into
Okay, so we're still
long,
at long though. Yeah.
yeah, but you're in cramp, so it's not in tight yet. Let's see. Chase circumstances. Ooh, wow. What is that? Opportunity for vehicle change. That's interesting.
Horses.
But she does not have riding, so she is absolutely not taking advantage of that.
Well, never
So
mind the
she-
near miss recently. I think Jörg is actually going to give that a shot.
That'll be interesting. So that is. Let's see. What is that? Is that
Weather watch.
board?
I'm commandeering this wagon.
No.
I guess I would be bored. Yeah.
No. Well. Okay. What's the official? Let me look at the thing here. Opportunities.
Disembark, embark.
Disembark. Yeah, I think that's probably what it is. Scroll up. Disembark, embark, leave or enter a vehicle. Yeah, so it could be a horse or a wagon. Probably just a horse. Need to jump up,
assuming a horse.
knock a guy off the horse, and take the horse. Okay.
Watch business. Commandeering the animal.
If you're okay, so leave or enter. Leaving is valuable when pursued by a faster vehicle and there's a nearby building. Entering lets you take control of boarded next round. So Next round, you will be on horseback.
Assuming it will
What
accept
does
me.
that? Conditions must be in a vehicle to leave one or have access to a vehicle to board one. The latter requires suitable scenery. Okay, we did that. Actions. So you will need to make a horse check. Yeah, a horse check.
A horse check.
Because I was reading, it's like make a vehicle control roll, and I'm like, vehicle control roll equals horse check. What?
Like a riding, but
Yeah, it'll be a riding check.
or a handling.
Okay, looks like no penalty, so I'll
Static maneuver.
give that a shot. Here we go.
But it's a static maneuver.
Well, yeah, but my speed is going to go way up.
What does the static maneuver mean? That's at a
That means
minus.
I automatically lose a range.
Okay, that's interesting. So technically, you will shift into extreme.
Mhm.
Wait, I need to wait until do it in the right time. Okay, so the other three of us need to make our running checks. With basically it's just going to be speed. So +3 for Christoph and +4 for Soren.
Well, has she chosen her maneuver?
Yeah, she's just doing move.
I think I'm going to do a stunt.
You are supposed. Yeah, okay.
So I'll do a -2 penalty stunt.
All right. Then you need to make the stunt check.
So this is
18. I
at
need
a
an
-1 because of Daredevil.
I still need you to roll an 18. That is not an 18. I'm super disappointed in
With
you.
the -1, that's a success.
Okay. So that means you'll be at +1 instead of +4. So, or +5 instead of +4. Because I don't
And the
think
complimentary
Daredevil
roll?
applies. I don't think Daredevil applies to the chase rolls.
No.
Sweet. All right. So your urban survival failed, but your stunt did not. So they equal out. So you're back to +4. And I am at 5. +5. 9. Let's see. So does that change anywhere? Okay, that
No.
doesn't change nowhere. Although Jorg will shift to extreme because of the static maneuver.
I
Yeah.
guess Jorg would not be out of the chase since
Nope,
he
not
can
yet.
still see us.
Yep.
Mm.
And yep.
Yeah, if we're not in tight, I believe, then it's still good.
Changes to or away from rough.
Ooh, I don't have
What is
this on the
rough
table.
terrain? Yeah, I'm like,
On the
that's
thing.
the first time I've rough.
Rough would be like muddy streets.
Rough terrain isn't a category of its own. Instead, it modifies other terrain types, represents circumstances that make moving across it difficult, independent of how much space is available. Unpaved or degraded roads, slick ice fields, turbulent storm clouds, rolling seas, horse crap. Lots of horse crap. While in such areas, everyone controlling a vehicle, just for Daniel, must roll against their relevant operations skill. Pedestrians roll against the better of dex or acrobatics at the start of each round before maneuvers are declared or chase rolls made. For particularly unfriendly conditions, apply a penalty of -1 to -5. I'm just going to leave it as is. So we all need to make, except for Giger, everybody needs to make a dex or acrobatics check. Giger, you'll need to make a riding horse check. If anyone fails this, a chase participant size wanted restricted. Nope, that's fine. If anyone fails this control roll due to such conditions, but by no more than their vehicle's SR, a regular failure on foot, treat it as if they had suffered a close call last round, and they must make emergency action or stop maneuvers this round, or suffer a wipeout. Okay. So
it's either rough or not rough.
Yep, that's what it's that's what it reads as. So I'm just gonna say it's like you came to an area where there is or she ran into an area where there is a lot of horse crap. So from Soren and Christoph and Alita, we need to make a acrobatics or dex check. Jorg, you need to make a riding check. Anyone who fails this this round, you have to use emergency action or stop. All right, so she succeeded by 3, so we've got everything is fine. All right, so then we proceed on as normal. Her maneuver is going to be a move. Oh crap, how fast does the horse move?
I have it at +5. So it's if I just grabbed a cavalry
Yeah.
horse and it's move 16, 32 miles an hour.
Okay, yeah, that works. All right, so she is just moving. So it looks like Jorg and other guy, Christoph, are moving. Are you doing another stunt there, Rocky?
I will be.
All right. Well, describe our stunt. What are you doing that makes it a stunt?
Since there's like horse crap and everything,
I'm gonna slide.
It's gonna
No.
run and then stop running and just slide across it.
Power slide.
there is a mat that someone's hung out to air a bit. He grabs it off the line and uses it as a toboggan to slide across the ship.
Whatever.
Okay. But right. What is the penalty of the stunt that you're using?
Just a -2.
Okay. Then pursuers make any rolls. That's up to you. Then it's to you.
So I guess that will be a
Need you to roll an 18.
dex. Yes.
All right, successful power slide across the crap. You've thoroughly ruined that mat, which is going to be problematic later, but that's fine. Okay, so then we're going to move on to the quick contest. I'm going to do my area knowledge and success. So she is going to be rolling at a +5. You just can't win there, Ronky. You make this stunt, but fail the urban survival. It's clearly
Yeah.
because of all of the crap that went flying up, and you weren't expecting that, and you're like, "Oh my good lord, that stinks."
It got in my mouth.
No, you don't want to do that because that's definitely emergency action. All right, Christoph will need to make a run or dex at
Yes.
+3. Wow, margin crit by 11. Good job. Let me see if I can't do the same. By
Jeez.
9. So, wow. So, there's no change. Holy cow.
I think criticals actually make a difference.
Does it?
Yeah, I think so.
No, it's a quick contest.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything in there. What did we? I seem to remember we. Okay, I need to look that up. Well, let's see.
Yeah. No, it doesn't say anything about criticals.
That's too bad. So close. All right. Well, let's see. Clearly, you got a bunch of people getting in your damn way as you're trying to steer that horse through there. Plus, there may be a guy who's shouting, "That watchman just stole my horse!"
Huh.
Well, his horse doesn't know me either.
No change. Nothing special on the chase circumstances.
Well, that's nice.
So clearly, you are no longer running through a layer of shite.
No.
It's
It's
still
still rough.
Oh, yeah, I guess it is. It's going to stay that way until I run into that non-rough. Man, all these people in town. That case, then we all have to do the same thing. We have to do the
Yeah.
dex, or what the hell was it again? Rough. We need
Right.
to make a dex or acrobatics at the start of each round.
Operator skill.
Woo! By 0. All right, Christoph, need a dex check or acrobatics. I don't know. Remember if he has acrobatics.
No, this is the
It's the rough terrain thing. It's all the crap that's on the ground. All right, so we proceed as normal. She's continuing to move, although I am
Jeez.
looking at trying to figure out. Oh yeah, I need to increase that.
I think we hit the
7.
cobbles on the street.
Well, I'm looking at the options to see if there's anything she can potentially try to do to get the hell out of here. Nope. gonna just okay. So hold on. What
Well,
is?
not to give you ideas here, but
Oh, I'm
she's
looking
probably
at.
got enough.
I was
Probably
looking
got
at
enough
hide.
distance to do a hide. Yeah.
I was looking at high just now. Round starts at medium range or greater, comma, suitable scenery or lucky break. Well, it's in a town. So I do think she is going to attempt to hide. She's going to be like ducking through in the alleyways as you guys are pursuing, and is planning on trying to stealth it out of here to get the frick out. Maybe shake those people from her. It's like everybody else is doing moves.
I
Okay, so chase rolls is she is currently at long, so her chase roll is at -5 for long range using stealth. But it's at +0 currently against Jorg, because he's extreme.
Oh,
All right, so that's -5 +4
gotta roll.
plus 5. Oh wow! So she is rolling straight stealth. Success by 6. So what does that do? If you win the quick contest of chase rolls, well, sorta. Wait, no. Okay, so the quick contest means right now she beat Jorg,
Uh-huh.
but not Soren or Kristoff.
Which makes
So
sense.
so yeah, Jorg, I guess technically, does that mean he's out of the case?
I don't remember what the result of hide was. I think that is an escape.
Yeah, it's like if you win the quick contest, then your foe shoots right past you. You may either opt to escape, ending the chase, or to pull out behind your rival at close, short, or
Okay.
medium. If you don't win, okay, so these guys, Kristoff and Soren, are immediately moved to close.
Okay.
What?
I think given the situation, you could probably rule that Jorg is not necessarily out because he could see the other two, and you might just rule him as static.
I'm going to shift him to medium and say that's he like it's struggling. So that is the round because of that failed stealth thing. That did not work quite like she was hoping it would. So the the next round, the first thing we have to do is make the dex and or acrobatics check.
You need to roll for terrain first.
I do need to do that in case it ceases being rough. Nope. Woo! Success by 0 on her acrobatics, so she's not losing any control. So Kristoff needs to make a dex check. Yep.
Move or the
It-
bonus or no?
No, this is just the rough bonus
The terrain.
or the rough terrain. All right, so everybody is fine. Let's see here. Okay, there are 2 people chase. Let me actually see if this is going to matter. I'm thinking whether she's just going to be like, no. Okay, so she does not have overconfidence or anything like that. So she is probably going to try to. Oh, could I do? No. So she is going to try a stunt, a -2 stunt to start climbing away, but we're in close range right now. So hell, you two could probably just like club her to death, or club her into consciousness, or whatever.
Well, Soren's, as she's trying to climb away, Soren's going to attempt to tackle her. So grapple.
All right. So he would go into attack.
Yep, doing move and attack.
Honestly, you don't need to do move. You're right there. It's you're both in close.
I think if I do attack, I'm
Right, that's considered static, I think. Double check.
Well, it is, but you're right there.
yeah, but it means I automatically lose a range band.
Well, it won't matter if you grab her.
Where is attack?
Yeah, that's the trick here. So If
Don't
you
actually see-
32.
successfully grab her, the
Oh,
chase
that's a
is over.
passenger action. Yeah, never mind. That's a passenger action. So he does have to do move and attack. Right. Yeah, passenger action is like, hey, I'm sitting here. I'm going to shoot. Right. So he's doing move and attack. What about Kristoff? Is he doing the same to try to tackle her?
I mean, I can't get I can't get closer is what you're saying, right?
Yeah, you guys are as close as you can get, but she's clearly trying to escape. But right now, clearly, Soren is going for the body tackle or the tackle to ensure she does not escape.
If I did a move,
Attack is both. It's not just a passenger, but it is a static maneuver.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, it basically means if you don't grab her, then she's going to benefit from the fact that you took a static maneuver.
So what's the penalty for static? -5?
No, static means
You
you get
automatically
no
lose
speed
a range
bonus. You get no speed bonus, and it's an automatic extra range.
Yeah, no, that's too dangerous.
man. It's fine.
I'll take the
Move and
-2.
attack's fine. So, what about Kristoff?
Oh, I was just asking, is there a point to doing the move versus move and attack?
Move and
I mean, what if
attack
I-
is at a penalty, -2
To your chase roll.
to the chase roll
If it
versus
matters.
the static issue.
We're not 100% sure it's going to actually matter yet, because it's possible, for example, that Ronki could crit succeed and tackle her, and then it's like, all right, chase is officially over. Although if he attacks and she dodges or whatever, then the chase is still technically on.
Should do a
But,
move and attack.
But I'm saying if I'm moving, what am I running like next to her? Like I'm already, running side by side. I'm already there.
Ish.
Something like that, yeah.
If I win the
Unless-
move, what does that give me? I guess my question.
Nothing, you just stay in close so you can actually do moves and attacks with melee weapons or grapples.
Can I shoot her in the hamstrings with my bow?
Yeah.
That may be frowned upon later, though.
I'm not sure if I moved the right character. Hold on.
If you're going to use a bow, you might want to do attack because I think that gives you your aim bonus.
No, I don't think that's true. I'm fairly certain only gunslingers get aim in
No.
chases.
Anyone with your side with a ranged weapon may roll an attack, adding his weapon accuracy.
Stand corrected.
Huh. I just saw something I didn't realize. Heroes with gunslinger can shoot during any maneuver but hide.
Did we see that before?
I just thought I thought we way back when the way we were doing it was like only gunslingers were getting the act bonus, but that's interesting. Man, he's just gonna freaking shoot her. What a cold SOB.
Gunslingers are a really powerful advantage.
You guys are the awesomest.
It is
heroes
and it
I've
isn't.
Okay, so pursuers resolves any attacks or skills. So Kristoff will go before. Why does Kristoff go before Soren anyway? Oh, it's because C but goes before S.
Okay.
Let me double check. I'm going to make sure that there isn't anything that else stands out. No, both of you have the same dex and speeds, so I guess you guys attack simultaneously.
Well, it is all simultaneous anyway.
So Kristoff may do whatever it is that he is going to do.
Dex to grapple. This is going to be a two-handed grapple if it makes a difference.
All right, well, she's going to desperately hope that she can dodge that arrow and fail by 3. That's awesome. And wow, I rolled a 4 to dodge your grapple.
Well,
And then she got
technically, Soren's grapple happened before Kristoff's bow.
shot.
On the rolls.
Oh, he shoots you instead.
In order of the rolls, she should have had to defend Soren's roll first.
He's not entirely wrong there. What does grapple do again on the stuff? Does that like reduce the dodge by?
Basic just -2 for dodge.
Okay, so she still would have successfully somehow managed to narrowly dodge the arrow, but don't worry, you'll be able to hopefully retrieve that unless it breaks. All right, so the chase is effectively over. You have grappled her. It will take a little bit of additional effort to ensure that you are successful in making sure she doesn't escape. So, yay! But she will eventually surrender, and eventually Jorg will catch up on to you guys, on horseback.
He's just a little behind.
Yep. And it's like you sort of went, oh crap, I went a little past them. I gotta circle around. You were clearly just making sure they didn't
Well,
super escape.
I think the horse would have been like the long game. Like you would have eventually just caught her.
Oh yeah. Honestly, given my riding skill is 1 point lower than my dex, and the speed bonus is 2 points higher, therefore I only got like a extra 1 out of it.
Still.
But still.
Do you have a
And-
picture of her?
Oh, sure. Let's see. She looks like, dirty, filthy, looks like a street rat. And she's gonna probably look at Soren, not quite familiar, but maybe. And
So
eventually-
she's late teens, early 20s sort of thing?
yeah, sort of something like that. She's a kid. You're definitely going to hear the wheezing of the sergeant by the time you guys have it fully under control, as he comes stumbling up there. Like, oh, good lord! Wow! Gasp! 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 And he was going to pat her down very quickly. And it's like, we got the money. Did we get the money she stole?
Soren will be like searching her.
I think Soren may need to make a self-control roll.
If I find it, I'm going to choose to fail. Actually, I'll roll first. Do I find what she stole?
Oh yeah.
I'll do the
I
roll.
guess you don't have to roll for it if she's not actually actively hiding it.
Is it a lot?
Well, what's your definition of a lot?
Yeah, what's the
And
skill
how do
roll
you- how do
to
you figure-
appraise
yeah.
the bag of money? Connoisseur coin.
It's a pretty hefty purse. I mean, it's not chock full. It was clearly off of a merchant, but
Well, give me a figure and I'll decide.
there is no way you're going to be able to just
An
guesstimate
approximate.
that. It's a small bag of coins. I'm
Are
looking
they
over your
mostly
skills.
pennies or shillings?
That would require you to open it up, because I was thinking, are you planning on just like secreting the entire thing? Like, nope, she didn't have it, with like a sleight of hand or something like that, so nobody sees that you found it.
Do I have sleight of hand?
Well, he's a thief. He probably should.
He doesn't.
Wow. All right. I think we had mentioned that.
I do have filch.
I got to remind myself how the hell that works. How does filch work? Did I? Yep, naturally I opened the wrong one. Those are advantages. I need under this one.
If I recall correctly, filch is kind of like stealth, where it's a contest
Let you
between
steal
somebody that's
objects
watching
that
you.
are sitting in plain sight without being spotted. Roll skill to shoplift, snatch documents off of a desk, etc. Yeah, if someone is actively watching the item you wish to snatch, you must win a quick contest of filch versus the vision or observation. That would probably work, but that means Kristoff and Jorg and Soren and Sergeant Rudy are absolutely going to get a
Mhm.
vision-based perception check. It's a good thing the honest PC isn't here.
Okay. Well,
Now he's trying to figure. It's like, do I do it? What's gonna happen if the
So-
sergeant catches me?
this is a question to the GM.
Damn it!
I did succeed my my kleptomania roll, so I don't have
That
to
is
steal
correct.
this. But is it possible to filch and observe those that were watching? So if he got busted filching, then he'll go with his kleptomania roll and say this is what she had. But if he succeeds his filch, then he'll steal it.
You can always fast talk on a fail. That's what it sounds like.
So basically, he's seeing if anyone notices him take it.
Right? Yeah. That's so. Yeah, and you can always try to fast talk and go, I was totally not going to steal this.
All right. In that case,
Everyone, Christoph and Jorg, give me a vision-based perception check.
please fail. Please fail. Please fail.
Wow, we have 2
Yes.
success by zeros thus far, and by 5. So what's your filch result? And this is where he rolls an 18, and he feels her up.
Give me something good. Yes.
All right, so Christoph is very clearly not surprised, or he's just placed where I guess that he happens to see your filch.
Would Daredevil potentially come into play here? Because this is a pretty dangerous thing to do.
Possibly, but it wouldn't change the result. You guys would be tied. So he would still be aware of it.
Does the defender not win in a tie?
He
How
would
did they
be
word
the
that?
defender. You are the aggressor in this case. He would be the defender.
Right. How do they word that in the skill or in the description? So it's actually, you must win a quick contest to filch. You must win. So if you
Okay.
did not win a tie, then you failed.
Do we have any lighting conditions?
Nope, it's in the day. You better hope that Christoph isn't gonna rat on you.
Rocky's really trying.
Use a Benny.
There aren't any.
So Soren will also, whisper to the
Maybe
this
not
woman.
whisper, maybe just wink at Christoph.
Well,
And it's like Christoph will totally know what's going on. He's also a thief.
he
yeah,
will.
He's gonna give you. He will give you that look, like not a wink, because he's not really like that kind of a personality.
No, but I'm saying Soren could like totally
Oh.
wink at Christoph.
Christoph will give him the nod of "Yep, I saw that," but he won't say anything.
But Soren will sort of whisper to Elliot, "Go with me, and I'll do what I can for you." Or go along with this, I'll do what I can for you. So, yeah, Soren will pocket the thing, and he'll say to, what's his name? Rudy? "I didn't find the purse. She either dropped it on the way, or didn't manage to get it in the first place."
The gasping and wheezing Rudy is very, very upset about this. And he's like, damn it. Gasp, gasp. Clearly
Do we-
he needs to focus a little bit more on his cardio. He's hosed when the zombies attack.
Do we know who it was? Perhaps we startled her before she got the purse.
Yeah, that's totally what happened. I'm innocent.
You shut up.
So you're saying you were trying to steal it?
I need to double check. What is my character's IQ? Oh wow, no, she's smarter than that. She's like, what? No, I would never steal.
Then why'd you run?
You're Town Watch. I thought you were gonna beat me up.
Of course we're gonna beat you up if you were stealing. Rudy, do we know who the merchant was?
He like holds up a finger as he's like still sucking in air, trying to catch his breath. Like, give her a swift kick in the ass. I'll go back and explain to the merchant. As he is walking away, I need everybody to give me a hearing-based perception check. Right. What we got here? Success by 0, by 0, by 1. Wow, that's a bunch of success by zeros. Good enough. As he is, walking off, he's still muttering to himself, and he's like, clearly complaining about, could have been a spot fine. I could have kept half the damn money. But he stomps off and, was totally going to run into Infus, who was picking his way through the streets of crap, with a expression on his face.
I guess I got to take the horse back. Good girl. Not you, the horse.
So after Rudy's gone away, Soren's gonna pick up Elliot, sort of hold her by the scruff of the shirt, push her up against a wall, and say, "All right, what's your story? Who are
What are
you?"
you talking about? I'm an oppressed citizen who is just trying to look out for herself. Help! Help! I'm being repressed.
Does she actually do that?
She absolutely does. You grew up with people like this lady. I mean, you were one of these people quite a while back. Just a street rat.
Does she look like she's struggling? Like,
Look at the picture. She's like dirty and filthy, and probably a couple.
Could be an affectation.
That is true. She's could totally be a secret noblewoman who is just getting her jollies by stealing from local merchants.
moonlighting as the thief?
Yep. But you generally, in that case, they're going to do like the Catwoman thing and sneak into places. Nah, she's give me let's see, you're trying to gather or gain information slash how are you approaching
It does
this? Are you
kinda
trying
sound
to be
like it.
intimidating, or are you trying to convince her you're not a piece of crap wearing a Bögenhafen Watch uniform who just
I'm gonna use fast
completely
talk.
filched her all of her ill-gotten loot and then promptly lied to his superior?
Yeah, I'm gonna fast talk. He'll be going on along the angle, but I know it's tough. I've been in your situation before. I grew up on these streets.
Fast talk is that is totally opposed by my will.
Well, there almost always are.
I don't know why my brain was, going, nope, not going to tell you this.
That's not really fast talk, though. That's kind of the truth.
Yeah, that is kind of the truth.
Yeah, but he's doing it to like weasel information out of her.
Let's see. This is skill talking people into doing things against their better judgment. Let's see. So, what is your objective with the fast talk?
Just get some information. Any sort of information. What's going on? Is she working for someone? Or is she doing this on her own? Who is she? Does she have family? Is she trying to feed kids? Is she a underling of Fagin? Is she part of the guild? That sort of stuff. Basically, Søren's trying to work out whether he could recruit this urchin as a potential.
Yeah, I see what you're laughing at, Daniel. I'm going to do something that is officially or technically not part of the rules. She is going to try to counter with her own fast talk.
Nothing wrong with that.
So she is immediately going to spin a tale of woe, although you succeeded by 3 and she succeeded by 0. So her tale of woe does sound exactly like you would expect that it's probably BS. So she probably doesn't have like a husband who beats her every night and 9 kids back home, and it's more like she's just like throwing out the rote stuff.
All right, so Søren is
But
aware of this.
Based off of the fact that you succeeded by 3, you will be able to determine that no, she is not working for anyone because she doesn't trust the new guys who basically came in and stomped out all of the old guys and replaced them.
The new guys. What new guys?
The new underworld guys. I don't know who they are. I don't work for them. But the old thieves guild, it's gone.
Huh.
There's not a thieves guild.
There is no war in Ba Sing Se.
I had to check. No, he doesn't have Streetwise. Absolutely no thieves guild.
But she will also ask, please leave me alone. Please let me go. I promise I'll do better. That doesn't sound particularly believable.
Well, you need to do better, otherwise you're going to get caught a lot more often.
Yeah, you got lucky. I'd have gotten away with it too.
I think
least you
she's
don't
right.
have a
I think
dog.
we did get lucky.
What is your name anyway?
Elite was it? How do you?
Put in tame.
I gotta remember how I had looked it up, and then that was like several
Elite
weeks
Zimmerman?
ago. Alette. I think it's Alette is the pronunciation.
Alette Zimmerman? Alright, well, we could kick your ass, but I'm going to cut your break.
Aletta. Well, you don't need to do that. I'm certain I've learned my lesson, whatever it was.
Yeah, Søren's going to give it that look. Yeah.
She'll give you a dirty smile.
Look, just don't get caught next time. Do a better job.
Could go clean.
Actually, our interests are to protect the merchants, right?
Ish. Honestly, based off of his Soren's growing up, he probably doesn't give a damn about the merchant houses.
Look,
Yeah,
the
I was going to say, I think our objective is to just stay out of jail.
Maintain order.
pick your targets a little better. I don't care who you go for, but it's probably best if you leave the merchants alone. They have a lot of sway around here.
They're the only ones with any damn money. But aye, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, on your way. And when she goes, I'll actually kick her ass, like shove.
Help! Help! I'm being repressed. So you guys will spend basically the rest of the day sort of patrolling. That was your excitement for the day, as it were. The rest of the day, Sergeant Rudy is just going to continue to grumble about this all damn day, and it's clearly clearly he was planning on nicking at least most of that and keeping half of it for later, Ronki, with regards to the monies in there. It comes out to a total of 8 shillings, but it's not in just 8 shillings. It's like pennies and a handful of shillings.
8 shillings.
So that would end up being, let me see, it's going to be like 3 actual shillings and holy crap, somebody dying?
Sorry about that.
Well, we got to make sure that we don't have to send some people over to help. Oh, that's way too many pennies.
Key the mic twice if you're in duress.
All right, so it looks like there's going to be a total of 6 shillings and 24 pennies in there, which ultimately comes out to around 8 shillings in total. I mean, in total value. But after the day, by the time you that is, let me double check. Yep, that is correct. 6/24D. Where's my map? There's my map.
All right, so the only person that knows I've got this money is Christoph.
That is correct.
Okay. Discreetly, when everything is past and forgotten, Søren will just sort of, without saying anything, hand Christoph 3 shillings. He might say,
How
"Oh,
does
look,
it feel to
you
have
dropped
a
this.
handful of hush money?
Doesn't,
Look, you dropped this."
He's not phased.
He's like, oh, yes,
He
I did seem
needs
to
the
have
money.
dropped that. Like, yeah, you dropped this. Oh, yes, I did seem to have dropped this. Thank you very much. You'll be taking, or he will, the sergeant will eventually, once the shift is over, the sun is still up, but it is kind of, it's definitely late. You only got like a couple an hour, maybe 2 hours left of sunlight. He will take everybody back to the main watch barracks, which is actually way the hell over there on the map, and remind everybody it's like, okay, well, you're checking out. You'll need to be back here tomorrow, and we get to do this all over again. Hopefully,
The
don't
adventure
forget
continues.
Yep. Outside waiting outside the barracks as you guys are approaching is a woman that Jorg will immediately recognize as his sister.
Franca,
Of course, nobody else
brings
has
you
any
into
idea
town.
nobody else has any idea who this is. As she's like, Jorg, and gives him a big old hug.
Gentlemen, my sister.
And since he's not here, we'll just presume that Enfys says something that he probably
Inappropriate.
shouldn't.
Søren says, "Bullshit. How'd you get so ugly then?"
Don't talk to her like that.
I'm not talking to her, I'm talking to you.
I was trying to remember if she was the oldest.
Nope, she's the one that was widowed.
Right, she is older than me.
I don't think that's actually
Yeah.
not off of what you had written on the thing. She was like,
I'm looking at the
41.
thing.
I
Yeah,
guess she
and I'm
changed
40.
it.
So
Yeah.
Søren's going to use sex appeal just to be charming. He's not trying to actually do anything, but he's
She's
just what.
a little bit older than what I was looking for, but not bad.
They're totally gonna start macking on your sister.
So
Not
Søren will say,
matchmaking.
"My name's Søren. It's a pleasure to meet you."
Hold on, I have to look at something.
I've recently come into some money.
Looking something up really quick. -3. Not to be outdone. Hey, charisma. Does that apply? That is
I think that's
sex appeal is considered influence roll, right?
yes. You
It
get a
is.
very good reaction on a success. I think it's very good, or it's on a failure you get very bad.
I believe
Well,
it is. both.
Infant's tried, but he's he was a little too crude or something there. She's going to laugh and then apologize and say, "I need to take my brother away for a while, if you don't mind. I haven't spoken to him in several years."
Well, I've been trying to get over there. Well, I've been having some adventures here since I got back to town.
But it was very nice to meet all of you. She doesn't seem to particularly enthusiastic about Infus based off of my failed sex appeal roll.
The
You don't have to lie to them; they can take it.
the pleasure was ours,
Does she like? Does it look like she's into younger guys?
and Søren will
I don't
let her go
know.
do a thing.
Yeah, so regarding actually Christoph, I think you forgot to actually I need the loner check from him because of just how many people are in town right now and still gathering. It's really getting to him.
Yeah. Is anybody like looking over my shoulder or just trying to get too close?
It's just there's too many people, not enough space in town right now. Anywhere you guys walked, you would be like, running into somebody or brushing shoulders or having to dodge an errant horse that has been stolen by a watch rider. Okay, by zeros. So you're like, not lashing out, but it's definitely got the feel of the walls closing in on you.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's not liking it at all.
Yep. All
He
right.
was momentarily distracted by Franca.
They're totally going to try to steal your sister, Jorg.
Well, more power to
So
them, I guess.
Does she own any land?
No. Like I said, it's a couple hours before the sun goes down, so all of the characters are going to be able to go forth and do what they wanted to do, or whatever they wanted to do. If Nosh had not been not lost power, I would have potentially had some stuff for him for the good old Majos, Majos Blitzen, if Soren's like pointed him in that direction. But start from the right. What is Soren planning on doing for the evening before he ends up, going in and crashing wherever it is he crashes for the night?
All right, so Soren is going to he's going to catch up with Rudy and like quietly and discreetly he's going to say, "Look, boss, that what do they call him? Cut purse? Is that it?
Sure.
I think that's the name. That cut purse that we caught earlier. She did actually have the purse, but I figured I'd keep it silent because I'd hate to split this with everyone. So look, this is what she had, and and Søren will give Rudy 2 shillings and let me see. He'll give 2 shillings and 23 pennies.
Gonna count it out and be like, "That's it? That's all she had?" He's gonna be clearly watching you as he asks this.
He says, Søren will say, yeah, but I bought myself a drink, so
Okay, so that is absolutely a lie. Let's see. What is the skill he is using?
Is it a lie or is that just hinting?
Oh, yeah, it's absolutely a lie because he said this is all she had, and he's like, here's like 2+ shillings, and
Yeah, I
there
know,
were
but
like 6 shillings and a whole bunch.
there's lying to conceal the truth, and there's lying because lying knowing that they know that you're lying.
Well, the reason I'm asking is because he's using detect lies to see whether he needs to, have Soren, beat the crap up, or
would he do that? Because he's actually getting money.
but not as much money as he should have. Oh
Fair enough.
no, he's got greed.
Does Soren have greed?
No, Rudy has greed. Why do you think he's so put out over the fact that he didn't get that freaking purse?
Okay. I think it's fast talk to lie.
Depends on what you're doing. There isn't a specific lie skill. Are you trying to act innocent, or are you trying to confuse him?
Well, trying to act innocent. I'm just lying.
That would be acting.
Well, I don't have acting. So a normal person lying without trying to use an influence skill, would they be defaulting on something?
I would guess so, yeah. I would guess you would be defaulting acting. Stand to reason. If you beat his IQ, you get bonuses still, I guess. Is it IQ -5?
It looks like IQ is the same.
Let's detect lies.
What do you mean?
If detect lies actually says what skills to roll.
Okay.
Because it might be will or something like that as well.
Yeah, technically you don't need to. You don't need to roll a skill to tell a lie. You can just tell a lie.
IQ.
or fast talk or acting. Huh.
Okay, so it'll be IQ. Succeed by 1.
Okay, so you play innocent, and he's studying you for a bit. He's like, all right, well, I'll let it pass this time, as he takes all of the money that you're doing that. And he's like, but don't do that again. I'd hate to have to report you to the magistrate or to the captain, and then you have to report you to the magistrate, and then it's off to the gallows for you.
Oh, sorry, sir. I thought I was doing right by you.
He'll hesitate, and then actually, I gotta remind myself how much this is gonna normally cost. And then he's like gonna count out 4 pennies, which is about how much you could get a regular pint of ale for. He's like, yeah, go ahead and have another drink on me, and then he will head on to wherever it was that he was going. You're like probably thinking, well, damn, that dude's a dick. Because honestly, he should have given you some more out of that, so he totally flubbed that detect lie roll.
Well, the whole intention was to get on the Rudy's good side. But if that isn't what happened, then Søren probably wouldn't have done that.
Well, you're not on his bad side, really. It's just you have probably got the first inkling that he's not a very nice person.
You didn't know whether it was going to succeed until you did it. But given what you said, what it sounds like is you did a fast talk to improve his opinion of you with a bribe, and it sounded like it failed.
Fair enough.
Okay. So what is his other plans for the evening? Is he looking into anything? Is he just finding some place to
He will look
go
into stuff.
drinking?
He's going to find out. He's going to ask around. What's the story with the new guys? Just out of curiosity.
Okay.
He takes off his watch badge or whatever it is. Tabard.
Hat.
So he's off the clock, but
Right.
he will.
So in that case, that's probably like a streetwise check, and I think you'd probably end up spending a little bit of money. I can't remember how much it determines how it, as you're just going around and asking people stuff.
I think spending money just gives you bonuses.
Yeah. Okay.
Either way, I'll look it up, but I'll make the roll first.
Success by 1. Okay. Yeah. So, you start asking around and checking with I guess it would be the people that you would have remembered. Like, hey, there's this fence that's on this street that was always really good, and there's a team of pickpockets and panhandlers that were down this alley and all this stuff. And he quickly determines that all of the people that he sort of remembers are gone. And it's like all the new all the panhandlers now. It's like, okay, they're all new, and that fence. Oh no, that's a completely different shop. And asking around basically ends up revealing it's like, yeah, the old the old brotherhood, as they were sort of called, the local thieves guild. They sort of just a new crew moved in, and they just the old brotherhood had a really rough go of it. And it's like the town watch started stomping in on them, and people were getting knifed in the back and in the alleys, and most of them either moved or just disappeared.
Okay. Well,
Back to your yep.
this will probably make CERN feel a little bit good, because that means a lot of people don't know who he is.
Or they do. Okay, Jorg. Yeah. So the sisters in town. She will reveal that Ludolf sent word to her about your presence in town. And well, the family was like, oh yeah, we need to go see how he's doing, but most of them were kind of busy getting prepped for the Schaffenfest. So
Mhm.
she came in just to say hey, wanting to see how you were doing, all that jazz.
How late did you say it was?
Well, when you guys got back to the watch barracks, it's like a couple hours, but or I say an hour and a half to maybe 2 hours before the sun goes down.
Okay, so a bit too late to go back or to go out to the farm.
Well, yeah, that's probably true if you're going to be back in time to get any sleep. But it's like, yeah, they're going to be coming into town for the Schaffenfest.
Yeah,
They
well, Jurgel apologetically say that he has indeed been trying to get to go out there, and he keeps getting waylaid by stupid things like getting incarcerated and getting voluntold for the town watch, and it's been an interesting couple of days.
That sounds to be the case. You will also learn from her that your cousin Wilhelm, he's like, big dude. He went off to find his way. He's supposed to be coming back
User
into
joined
town
your
for the
channel.
Schaffenfest. Oh, somebody joined my channel. Hey, Nosh, how are you doing? Did you get power back?
Power back.
Yay! Just in time.
Do you feel powerful?
She is also going to ask if Jorg has looked up Elsie. I mean, she's still with the watch, and as far as she knows, Elsie hasn't been stepping out with anyone since Jorg went off and did whatever.
The player is unfamiliar with this name.
Yep, it's totally his ex-girlfriend. Well, I guess it wouldn't be girlfriend in this connotation.
Whatever. Right. Like I said, I haven't had a whole lot of time. But now I don't know if she wants to talk to me.
Well, Mother would
We didn't
say
leave on the best of terms.
Mother would say that you'd be a fool. You let her slip out. I mean, come on, you're not getting any younger.
Well, Mother would say I'd be a fool anyway.
Yes, indeed. So, she is definitely wanting to maybe take you to, or go to one of the taverns or whatnot
Yeah.
to get something to eat and touch base and find out what's going on. You can hear all the crazy news stories about the family, which are honestly the same boring stories.
Let her know that I'm probably going to be here for a year and a day at least.
Well, that's something. Is there anything specific he is wanting to learn or ask or whatnot?
Outside of basic catch up, no, I don't think so. I don't think I had anything in specific that they can't help with the sword situation, as far as I'm aware. No, I don't think there was anything in particular he needed to know from them.
All right. Well, is there anything that he is wanting to do today before he, finishes with his, visit with his initials or one of his sisters?
If he hasn't had the chance to apologize to Ludo, he'd probably at least try to get that done
For
for skipping out of him on account of being arrested. I know he's probably not, dying over there or anything, but due diligence. But other than that, just maintaining relationships. No, I don't think he has anything in specific today. He's going to need a little extra time to actually go in there and start looking for wizards and that sort of thing.
Well, wizards generally don't advertise themselves. The one that is known in town is Hieronymus Blitzen, but most people kind of try to avoid him because, well, he's a wizard. You can't trust wizards.
Well, I kind of need a wizard, so I will probably end up trying to talk to him at some point.
Okay. Not Nosh. Christoph. Sorry. Well, speaking of Nosh, were you able to keep up with any of the shenanigans that did ensue while you had no power? Or
No.
okay,
no.
so they were doing a patrol and they saw. Actually, yeah, you saw that, and then you saw the chase begin. And then you lost power. Well, the chase took a bit longer than everybody expected, but they did eventually catch her. And what is it? Soren may have pocketed most of the money and given some of it to Christoph, but nobody else saw that. And the first day of patrolling has basically come to an end. And it's like there's like a couple hours before the sun goes down, so the PCs are all scattering to do individual things. Christoph, was there something that Christoph was planning on doing before the day is over?
I don't know. He's like, he doesn't really like to be, like you said earlier, he doesn't like to stay in town. So he only does the minimum. I think
Maybe
the only
out to
thing,
that. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, I think he may go, talk to the boyar, hang out at the hunting lodge, and maybe try to get
You
some,
mean the shrine?
Well, the shrine, but I know I was being kind of facetious. The hunting, the hunter's lodge,
I
whatever
couldn't
that would
quite
be in town.
find a really good image as it was described, so I went with that one. I thought that was kind of cool again, because it's literally just a small shrine. It's not really a proper temple. Okay.
Christoph keeps hanging out there, and everybody thinks he's the priest.
Well, I'm thinking for maybe some of the medium-term goals that we were talking about is maybe finding like a druid or something like that, and he's kind of possibly interested in exploring magic.
Okay, so something to be aware of in that case is a druid is actually one of the colleges under the wizards. It's not like D&D where the druid is entirely by itself. I don't remember which one it is. I'm trying to look really quickly. I think it's the lore of life. Let me double check. I think that's correct. Yeah, it's the lore of life. The Jade Wizards. They are frequently referred to as druids, but they are, they're nature wizards. That's pretty much the thing for them.
Okay.
Right. So yeah, at the if you meander out to the thing, the shrine, as you do, while visiting there, it's like getting the hell away from the town and the noise. You are just doing whatever it is you are doing, and you will hear the sound of someone. And it's like moving through the underbrush and such like that. And when you glance over there, you'll see a girl who is probably not yet in her 20s, maybe. Based off of her clothes, she's like clearly a townsperson. I think the official word is the burger, but such like that. But she's like little freaked out looking, kind of dirty, and just as you're like sitting there going, what the hell? That's kind of weird. You will hear the thunder of hooves as a armed warband comes riding up the road that is like to Bögenhafen, and the person who is leading this war band, because it's like you've got there's probably like a total of 8 or 9. It's like a total of 9 people. All of them are wearing armor of some sort. The lead guy is a very grim looking fellow who has a witch hunter hat on, and he immediately comes closer toward where you are, and he's like, "You, town watchman, I am looking for a girl or a woman, does not matter. It's a witch. Have you seen her?"
Well, I'm
This
sure
is
there are.
Christoph.
Well,
Sorry,
it's
this is
Christoph.
Christoph.
Okay.
Oh, to me.
Yes, you. I got
Can
something
you
for you.
Can you say that again? Sorry, I wasn't. I didn't. I was sorry. I wasn't listening very closely to the words.
What a slacker.
'Cause I thought you were talking to Nosh.
Right. Okay. So you ended up at the shrine, and you saw a youngish girl who's like crawling through the underbrush, maybe hiding or something like that. And based off of her clothes, she looks more like she's from she's like a town person, not necessarily a random peasant. But before you could engage with her, you heard the sound of hooves and a hunting party or war band of about 9 guys, all of which are wearing armor. Some of them got spears. They look like they're out and about hunting some stuff. Approach, and the leader is very clearly garbed as a witch hunter, and he rode up to the shrine where you were at, and demanded to know if you had seen or he's like looking for a girl or a woman. It depends. She's definitely a witch, but he demands to know if you have seen this girl, and he like sketches out a quick description. It's like she's this tall, blonde, blue eyes. Do not be deceived. She is a foul witch.
I'll be
I
like, what?
also need really quick from Christoph. Give me an IQ check.
Okay. IQ
Yes,
failure by
indeed.
5.
Woo! That's a rough roll.
Does the player actually understand the significance?
Well, other than the witch hunter looking for the girl, I can't remember if that was the girl earlier. I don't know who the girl is.
It looks suspicious. His description sounds suspiciously like the girl that you saw crawling around in the underbrush. So
Well,
the
I'm gonna be like,
question,
bloody hell! Do I look like a girl's nursemaid? He's like, I
okay,
haven't seen it.
pause.
Yep.
This is totally something that the player is not going to necessarily be aware of, but people are terrified of witch hunters. They are almost a power unto themselves. They have like, I guess in GURPS terms, they'd have like legal enforcement powers too, so they can go all over the empire. They have like legal immunity, and they have social regard feared, depending upon how much it is, because they will ride into town with their people, and if they can find someone who fits the category of witch/warlock, they will absolutely have them burned, and then they may go on a purge as well. So giving his background, considering what happened to his mother, he is very much going to be aware of that fact. So that
Okay.
I don't know if that's going to necessarily change how he responds to the guy. But snarking off to a witch hunter is very potentially dangerous.
Well, he's that's just his personality. So he'll still say that and then be like, "Sir," at the end of it, you know.
Okay.
So as it kind of dawns on him that maybe he shouldn't be such a, he shouldn't lose his temper in front of these guys.
The witch hunter is going to scowl and lean forward a little bit and study you. He's like, but he's fine. Yeah. Also, they may be pyromaniacs. But before he could necessarily say anything, the one of his guards is gonna drop a little bit closer and is lean forward and to whisper into the hunter's ear, and he'll nod, and he's like, very well. If you see this witch, then I require you to report it to the Temple of Sigmar immediately. Do not hesitate. And then he wheels around his big, ugly, mean-looking horse and heads into the town. And the guards on there wisely don't even bother going, whoop, sorry, you need to check in. They see that big old witch hunter hat, and they're like, yep, I'm just gonna stand back and let him right in.
Okay. Yeah, he was at the end of that. He kind of put his head down and he was maybe cowed a little bit, intimidated a little bit.
And it's like there's also something scratching at the back of his head or his memory, since
About the girl.
he failed by 5. Not necessarily about the girl, actually, about the witch hunter. He's like, I've seen this guy somewhere, but he's not 100% positive where he's seen him. When
Okay.
you look back at the where the girl is, she is no longer there, which is kind of odd. You would have figured you would have heard it, although those horses were kind of loud.
There is a lovely newt, though.
But is he planning on doing anything else there?
Okay, so I
He
failed
could-
my IQ roll to remember the girl, or no, wait, or so
The
did he
witch hunter.
he saw the girl, right?
Yes, he saw the girl.
And he knew that it matched the description.
He did.
Okay, so I was kind of lying, really. Well,
Yep.
I did. Yeah, I
That's
just sort of.
probable.
Okay,
Technically, you didn't lie.
I didn't lie. I just
That's
kind of
true. You skirted the truth.
I know he just made a statement. Okay.
And then when he looked back over there in that the bushes
Yes.
where
Yes. So he
there's
does.
no
I think
sign
I
of the
have.
girl.
I think I do have curiosity.
Oh.
So now let me just. I think I do. Yeah, he's curious. So he's definitely like. So he was pissed off at first, so that's why he wasn't thinking straight. Now that the witch hunters left, he's like,
Well,
No, he's
plus
curious.
he probably doesn't particularly care much for witch hunters.
He does not. He was actually trying not to be angry, but he was scared enough to hold it in check. So he will investigate the girl a little bit more. Try to
Okay.
do some tracking, follow her tracks or something like that.
All right. Let's see. It's one person, so that's going to be a +3 for you to follow the tracks.
Jeez. Success by
I mean,
5.
oh, geez. You're acting like success by 5 is bad.
Well, when I see like 5s in my dice before they settle down, it kind of
Mhm.
makes me nervous.
Okay, I can see your point there. All right. So yeah, she is definitely sneaking further away from the stuff. Staying in the various underbrush. But it will not, based off of your result, it is not difficult for you to follow her into, well, it's like, it's sort of like small little copse of trees that's a little clear, a little further away from Bögenhafen. She is going to startle. Clearly, you don't know her name yet, but I haven't figured out necessarily a good way to hide the names without doing the, what the hell is it, the mask, but then You would also see the name, what it's the purse. Doesn't matter. She when you actually, I did mean to ask that. I was like, are you trying to be stealthy as you are sneaking in there, or
Yeah, he's always stealthy.
okay? Then go ahead and give me a stealth check. See if she is startled.
That's just
When
second nature to him. Okay. Stealth. Success by 4.
All right, so you're fairly sneaky as you manage to get into the copse of the trees, and you will find her. She's like sitting against one of the larger trees. She's clearly also like attempting to deal with some a cut on her arm. It's like she's like trying to do first aid, rudimentary first aid, such as it is.
And is there anybody else? You said nobody else.
There is, she's all by herself now.
Okay, so my loner's not kicking in. My curiosity's overcome, and he's not really such a bad guy. So he will. I guess he'll take a moment to study her, maybe for like a minute, just to see what she's doing. Anybody else shows up, just kind of observing the area before he will come out of hiding.
Okay.
If he doesn't notice anything of interest or nothing happens, then he'll say, "That's a pretty nasty cut you have there."
And that's definitely going to cause her to react.
Yes, yeah. Maybe I should, I'll take let me take a look at it.
She desperately, quickly grabs a knife.
He will have his
palms
and it's
holding it as if she's a little scared for a second. He's like, "What? Who are you? Wait, you're the one that was talking to that witch hunter."
Name's Christoph, and it looks like you're a person of interest to the witch hunters.
He's a bloody madman. I'm nobody. I'm not a witch. She definitely wants to keep a little bit of distance away from you.
Check if she floats.
It's like, why does it matter to you?
Says it does. I'm just here because let's just say that we may have something in common.
What? You're being chased by a witch hunter too?
Not at this precise moment, but it could be something that, what's the word? It is a probable or a foreseeable outcome or future. Something along that line. He's trying to speak indirectly without saying it outright.
Well, she seems confused.
Yeah, I confused her. I look at her injury again and I say, "May I?"
Yeah, that's a pretty ugly cut.
So I kind of shift the subject. And even if she doesn't respond, I start pulling out my first aid kit, or I think my first aid kit, and I take a step towards her.
She is going to allow this simply because simply looking at it, that really hurts. It looks like it's a pretty bad cut, probably from a bladed weapon of some sort.
Okay. Is it? I don't know if I should do a diagnostic. You said it looks pretty obvious that it's just a cut.
Yep.
Do we know anything about germ theory? This, because I might do to see if it's infected or if it looks dirty.
Honestly, in this period, if you consider it infected, it'd probably mean that the Nurgle, the Lord of Disease, Nurgle, one of the Chaos gods, has done something bad.
Right, you said that last time. I forgot.
You can just do straight first aid. Yeah,
let's do first aid bonuses, but straight up roll. Made it by 3.
All right.
For the bandaging.
Okay. I went ahead and rolled off of your the awareness. She's absolutely a spellcaster of some sort, as you are able to determine when you touch her. But she's definitely going to react in the same sort of way as she realizes that you are also a spellcaster of some sort. All
right.
She's like, "You are like me."
I think Christoph is new to this, trying to be nice and gentle and kind, but he gives it. He does his best to give her like a reassuring smile. Hopefully, it doesn't look like he's growling at her or anything
I'm
like that.
totally thinking of Arnold in T2, where he's trying to be taught to smile.
Right, something like that. So I asked her if she's alone, or basically does she have like somebody to go back to, and I suggest that she may, like, where is she staying, where is she living? I'm not sure that I'll have her come back with us without trying to get some information first. Trying to make sure she's safe, I guess.
No, I'm not. No, it's probably best if you stay away from me temporarily, or whatever. And you definitely get the feeling she's probably hasn't slept well in a long time, and is just like I'll be fine, thank you. And then she gathers her stuff and starts to churn away, head into the woods, deeper into the woods.
I say, wait, who taught you? How did you learn?
That's a question I was not prepared for. She will look really, really, glum and say, "It was my grandmother. She taught me before that butcher murdered her and everyone in my village."
I'm sorry to hear that. Would it be possible to see you again?
That's an interesting question. How would she react to that?
But he's okay, so he's not trying to be like
Hey, how you
He's-
doing?
creepy way, just more like in an interest of the magic. So whatever he says is kind of like along those lines. Like I would like to learn more about my powers, and I never had training or somebody like your grandmother to help.
Okay.
So now he's
give
asking for her
me-
help.
Let's see that. And I wonder what kind of. Let's see. He's not going to have any social engineering skills.
Probably not.
No, I was looking and I was like, nope, he ain't got no social engineering skills. His
Well.
social engineering skills are bow and axe mace and
Which
maybe
work in
forced
their
eng-
proper element.
This is true.
What kind of reaction bonuses does he have?
-1 from social stigma, criminal record. But that's only if someone actually sees the scar on the hand. Otherwise, he doesn't
And the
really have.
loner, if it kicked in, but it's not
But
kicking
you
in.
succeeded on that. Yes. So it's just straight
Mhm.
social reaction. So just give me a reaction roll then.
You might get a bonus for being a kindred.
Possibly.
Let's see, rolling. Ooh, is good. High is better. So
Yeah, because I was thinking with the stuff. What is? I gotta look what the levels are. Damn it! What page is that on?
555, I believe.
I'm not gonna. No, it's not on 555.
Is it not?
Nope, it's on 560.
Well, it's close.
That's not disturbing at all. Because of the bonuses, it's going to probably be in the neutral area. She's going to hesitate, and she will say, "Perhaps, but not now." And unless he actually stops or follows, she is going to progress deeper into the woods.
no, he won't follow.
Okay, cool. But that could be could lead to some interesting things down the road, or possibly bad things down the road. Who knows?
Yeah,
I was
he knows
hoping
where
you
to
were gonna.
find you.
I was hoping you were gonna totally say screw it. I'm gonna make a bad temper thing and yell at the witch hunter. That'd have been great. Maybe do it in a couple. It's like a week or so when it's like a holiday.
Well, I rolled and he made it, so
Yeah, I know.
I didn't want to automatically do it. I
Yeah.
wanted to avoid it that time.
Okay, so jumping to Notch, I did have a question. I think it was mostly to Soren, but I wasn't positive whether Soren had mentioned Hieronymus Blitzen at all, the wizard, to Infus. knowing that Infus is trying to, make contact with other wizards?
Soren will, but he'll say, "This guy's a dick. He's the one that keeps asking me for money."
All right, no.
Why does that not surprise me? But thank you. Maybe I'll give him an opportunity to see what he knows.
But yeah, so is there anything that Infus is planning on doing beyond possibly going to visit the wizard? I don't know if he is planning on that.
Well, I think I do want to visit the wizard because I really do want to learn explosive fireball. However, I also have an obsession to find my brother, so I suspect I could perhaps make some inquiries as to if anyone's seen my brother or has heard of his name.
Okay. So let's see. What kind of effective skill? What kind of skill would you be using for that? I wonder. Just asking around, just general, because it doesn't look like he has.
I guess that's search for a specific person.
God, I don't want to look that up.
Well, it's just an IQ roll, unless you've got a skill that actually applies. And you said 5K to 10K, I believe, was the population, which I think is going to be in the +1 range. Actually, it would be, and that reverses to a penalty if you're looking for a specific person instead of, because the more people there are, the harder it is to find somebody.
Well, aside from smuggling, savoir-faire military, occultism, merchant, fast talk, I'm not sure I have anything outside of just doing an IQ roll.
Yeah, I think the IQ is probably fine.
And the search takes a week.
All right.
Okay,
and,
so he gets the ball started then.
Right. I'll get the ball started.
Hopefully that ball isn't like the really big one that almost squashed Indy Jones.
Right. Exactly. But no, I'll go to this wizard. However, I will ask Soren, how exactly did you get into debt with this wizard? Tell me a little bit more about that.
Mistakes were made.
Yeah, I'd rather not talk about that. Let's just say it wasn't intentional, and it didn't end well for me.
Okay.
Bad life choices.
An incident involving noodles.
Well, bad life choices and you seem to have paired this well, like a good wine with cheese.
Soren will look at him, Infus confused, and he says, "Not sure if I should take that as a compliment or an insult."
Precisely. Anyway, I will head off and see if I can find this fellow.
Yep, that's not particularly difficult. It's like you mention the name, and most people will be like, "Oh yeah, he lives up there on the Adel Ring, which is the high end part of town," and you will quickly be able to find his gated. It's a small estate, basically. This is a cool sort of image that I had found on there that's sort of like that, where you've got the gates and such like that. Obviously, there isn't necessarily a coach there, but based off of the sort of, I don't want to say flare, but the little things on the gates, the little images, not images, whatever. But he kind of Infus probably deduces this guy is likely a celestial wizard, so he's probably not going to be capable of doing explosive fireball. But they are the astromancers, so they're like, they know things. They like study the stars, and do foretelling and occasionally call lightning.
Okay. All right. So, well, I'll go up to the gates and adjust my beret.
Okay, so you are still wearing the. Why did my phone suddenly start being weird? You're still wearing the Town Watch uniform.
Oh, are we? We're after hours, are we now?
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh,
roughly.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
totally
well.
fine for still wearing it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have that.
It's just a tabard.
I'll have that thing off. No. I'll walk up to the gates. Is there any mechanism to let myself in, or some poor schlep who's guarding the gate?
There's going to be a knocker.
Ah, well, I will knock then.
A few moments later, a young man approaches, and he's going to pause, and he's just going to like glower, and you're probably going to glower right back at him as you recognize your enemy. He's like, "Oh, it's you. What do you want?"
Oh, hello, Hans. How are things, HP?
They were great before you showed up. What are you doing here? What do you want?
Well, I could ask you the same thing, except I suspect you're paying off some favors to the wizard in question.
What? No, Master Blitzen is my master.
Oh, what bad luck for him.
Nope. I think sorry, can't let you in. You're gonna have to leave. And he, like sort of gestures for you to go away.
Are you his apprentice or his lackey?
What? I'm his apprentice, of course.
Well
Speaking
then,
of, where's your master?
my master. Oh, well, he's dead.
And he like visibly pauses because he's clearly not sure how to respond to that. He's like, I'm sorry. He was a good guy, even if he had a crappy apprentice.
Well, it's unfortunate, but as you can see, I'm in the mood for finding a new master. Uh, Perhaps yours is done with you.
You're a pyromancer. He can't teach you anything.
I'm far more skilled than just in pyromancy, HP.
Nope. I have to go tell him that it was a mistake. And then you hear a, kind of like a thundery crack, thunder roll. Even though it's pretty clear day, it actually hasn't rained today. And you can hear a voice sort of like roll out of there. He's like, "Apprentice, bring apprentice loom here."
There you go, HP.
He's like, grumble, 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 mutter. He grudgingly opens the door or the gate just wide enough for you to get in. It's just like, come on, he could have totally opened it wider. Takes a little bit of a contorting. And then he is going to lead you into the house. Or it's not really the house so much as it's like he had the Majors has a open area inside. It's damn it, I can't remember what those are called. But it's like the house has a big open exposed area in the center.
Wow, this is pretty
And
nice digs.
as you're approaching there, there's like a bunch of telescopes and other various stuff that is around there, and you will see a fairly old looking dude wearing blue, lots and lots of blue, who is scribbling in a a grimoire or a journal or something like that, and he's like, "Welcome, Infus Loom. I have been expecting you." And he glances up to the sky. He goes, "You will have time to ask 3 questions before my coach arrives, so you should choose them very carefully."
Very well, Master. Question the
Totally,
first.
totally putting you on the spot.
Question the first. I've lost my master, and I am in need of a new master. And I'm wondering if you would graciously know of anyone who could take me on, good sir.
He's like, "Well, not off the top of my head. I could theoretically reach out to a few contacts in the Bright College, but tell me, why should I expend the effort? I mean, I've already spent a great deal of money on that barrister that myself and that alderman sent to bail you and yours out. So."
Oh, curious. I had no idea, Master, that you were behind all of that. Thank you so much.
Yes, well, something foul is coming for Bögenhafen. I've seen it in the stars, and those stars told me that there were 5 survivors who'd be at the heart of it. Whether good for ill, I'm not sure yet. Only that
Oh,
they're at the heart of it.
this is very curious. Then I'm glad to be of service to you, good master.
All right. Well, he is clearly he did ask, why should he expend the effort?
And so, to that end, I will serve out my my duties to the town watch as best I can. Hopefully, that will assist you in your endeavors to find out what is behind this possible uh, foreboding that you have foreseen.
Oh no, I'm not going to be here. I'm going to Altdorf to enlist the to inform the various colleges to bring more wizards here.
A mighty good idea at that. Will you be taking Hans Peter with you, good master?
Give me a IQ check really quick.
Of course.
He's going. Majos Blitzen is going to smirk and say, "That is your second question." And no.
Very well. Finally, I would very much like to not only find a new master, however, I certainly would like to expand upon my knowledge of the arts, and so to that end, if it's of any benefit to you to see this lordless apprentice grow, I believe it to your good judgment, good master, to assist me in growing my arts, and that is all I can ask.
Technically, that wasn't a question.
But that's
Well,
all
I
I've
guess the
come for.
question is implied.
That's all I've come for, sir.
He's like, well, I'm an astromancer, not a flinger of flame. Although he will pause and he's going to hesitate and he's going to mutter something under his breath. And he's like, And he roots around in his stuff and he abstracts. Good Lord. Extracts looks like, as far as you can tell, 6 completely faceless dice. It's like they're just 6 cubes. You don't see any reason. And he shakes them and tosses them onto a looks kind of like a chart of the heavens that has been laid down on this table and is being held down by a couple of other things. And he consults the chart and he's mutters something and he checks something else and he's like apprentice, clearly talking to his apprentice, not you. He's like, bring me that bag over there. And Hans Peter goes over there and brings this bag, and you can tell there's like a whole bunch of scrolls in there. And the magister, he just sort of like extracts 4 seemingly out of random and he tosses them in your direction. He's like, take these, learn them if you can, survive what is coming if you can. Should you live, I will seek you out later for recompense.
Oh.
So at this point, you may pick 4 random spells based off of the following information. So astromancers and pyromancers have the following shared colleges. So any of these spells or any spells under these are available for you. That is meta spells, movement spells, protection and warning spells, and sound. And then there are also we discussed this on Discord. There can be any spell or another spell from any other college, presuming that the requirements are no greater than Majory 0.
All right. Okay.
But yeah, so I'm leaving it entirely up to you what those 4 spells are. And I will put the let's see. So I'll put these shared things in here so you can remember that. And as he's doing that, you will hear the door knocker happen again outside, and he will stand. He's like, "That's my coach." And he will be start gathering his stuff. And as he is gathering some packages, or not packages, but bags and such like that, he continues to speak. He's like, I liked your master, Loom. I thought he was too rash by half, but I did like him. I'm sad to see that he is dead.
Thank you, good master. I also greatly miss him.
He's he'll smirk very slightly. And he's like, he's like Hans Peter, you will be in charge of this of my estate while I am gone, or this, I guess it would be estate. While I'm gone, don't be a fool.
At that, I'll raise my eyebrow and mildly shake my head.
Yeah, based off the image, I think the clear reason that Hans Peter hates you is because he can't grow a beard. It's totally the Silver Age Lex Luthor hating Superman because he made him bald.
Okay. I will take my leave then. I will wait for HP to escort me to the gate.
He does so much with much irritation. Like, you should hurry before I activate my master's home defenses. He almost looks kind of excited about that.
Well, I wouldn't want to see you get so excited that you blow yourself into smithereens, moron. See you later, HP.
Moron. Nice. Okay. So, well, you have 4 new spells that you could potentially learn.
Excellent.
We'll have to tune in later to find out what they are after you figure that out.
Yes, indeed.
And then you have to learn them without blowing yourself up.
Precisely.
Well, I don't think that was going to be necessarily difficult for Enfys. I mean, depending upon the rolls, because his IQ is 13, and he gets to add the warp resonance or the majory 3 to that. So he's rolling off a base of 16. That's pretty darn good.
But he still can't hit the broadside of a barn.
No, that's not true. I just keep
People just
dodging.
keep dodging. I keep
Because
possibly hitting.
Yeah, he keeps like, yeah, that's going to hit, and this is going to do a buttload of damage, and then my guy like dodges by 0.
All right,
okay.
that's cool.
Yeah, so let me know once you figure out what the ones are that you're thinking of. So a lot of you are also going to be well aware that Copper Tongue has been working in the armory, and then she's also going to be doing, I can't remember if she has Workaholic. Let me check. She does not. But she's also going to be probably working on completing her anvil. And then, unless there is something crazy that the PCs are planning on doing for the rest of the evening, nothing will happen, and you will probably go back to wherever it is you're sleeping, which may be the barracks, and since you don't have to pay for it, and turning in for the evening.
Side note,
Side note.
probably worth mentioning that it looks like we haven't actually sold off all that gear that we had on the party sheet.
Okay.
From which I have earlier extracted a thrusting broadsword to use for guard duty.
Did you get rid of it? Because I saw you put it back on there.
I did not put it back.
Okay. Were there multiple? Yeah. Okay. There were 2 more. Right.
Yeah,
right.
there were
There were
2.
2 thrusting broadswords. Yeah. Yeah. That is totally something that we could totally do. If I wonder how that would work. Actually, I'm wondering about the money.
Do those actually have prices in there? Yes, they do.
Yep. So whoever would end up being the merchanty person, which I believe is going to be Copper Tongue, actually.
Okay, well, we can save that for later then.
Yep. Right. Yeah. So, So that's something to potentially consider. Okay. So, is there anything else that anyone was wanting to do?
Negative.
All right. So, the second day is pretty much a repeat of the first day, where it's like you're doing doing the patrolling, and it's really boring.
We chase a pickpocket.
And it's either boring. It's probably less boring than if you get stuck on gate guard, because really you're walking around, you're breaking up fights. Sometimes you're not breaking up fights. You just show up and the fight miraculously breaks up. But late in the day, so you guys are starting to, it's getting close to about time for you to, head back home. You guys will definitely smell and hear the sound of a fire. And on the docks, you will see one of the very many dockside taverns in that area has caught on fire. There are people trapped inside, and you can hear them, crying for help. And there's a large group of people that are just like sort of standing out in the street and sort of watching and milling around like they don't know what to do. Sergeant Rudy, Klumpenklug, he regards the building for a second and says, we don't do fires.
I thought that was like one of the primary duties.
Well, it's entirely up to you. You could totally ignore him.
Well, if everybody down there is standing around, I'll just go in there and take charge, I guess.
Okay. What is Christoph
Oi,
going
grab
to
a
do?
bucket.
Is Christoph going to get involved in any capacity? Or is he like, nope, we're not doing fires?
Oh, right.
And I just
I mean,
remembered.
I think he will help.
Okay. How about Infus?
Oh, Enfys, he wants to be around fire.
Oh, yeah, that's a really good point. What about you,
Wait,
Soren?
where was he earlier?
Earlier during the
Infus.
chase
No, like 10 minutes ago.
with you guys,
Was Enfys there the whole time?
presumably. What about you, Soren?
Soren is quite happy with the fact that Rudy said we don't do fires, and then when Jorg says or starts to take charge, Soren will go, "Wait, what? What are you doing?"
All
Put
right,
the damn fire out.
all right, Jorg, give me a leadership roll to get these dumb idiots to start doing a bucket brigade. How is Infus and or Christoph getting involved in this? Anybody rushing into the fire?
Yeah, actually, Enfys is going to go right into the fire,
Okay.
and Enfys is going to cast Extinguish Fire.
What
Nice.
is the range of that?
Well, that's an area spell, so I have to touch an area on the border of the area, and it's a base cost of 3 per hex.
Okay.
Um,
Let's see. I wonder how many hexes a tavern is. Oh, hey, I'm certain I have an image of a tavern. But do I have one that's on the river? Probably not with my luck.
So what I'm going to do is basically do what I can to extinguish as much of a large area of the fire, but I don't want someone to see me doing anything except maybe look like I'm emptying a bucket at the base of the flames or something.
Okay. Dang, that's not perfect. Oh, well. Okay. So let's see here. It's clearly not exactly right because, well, there is no river. Where's the river? But the tavern is probably going to be this thing there. All right, Christoph, what are you doing? So that'll let. Oh, did I not? I don't have the thing turned on. Huh? Sorry.
What thing are you talking about? The map?
Oh, sorry. That was so Infus could start figuring out how big and how much it's going to cost for him to
Oh, okay.
do the extinguish.
Well, he's going to help. I mean, he's not rushing into anything for sure, but he will look to see if somebody's leading in terms of like buckets and a bucket lane or whatever they
that's
call it.
Jorg. Jorg
Yeah,
totally stepped up and started doing that.
So he will look for that, and that's where he will help. Nothing that would require him
Okay.
to like be in charge.
Okay. So seeing that Jorg is stepping up and issuing the instructions, is Soren changing what he's doing, or is he still sitting back and going, I'm confused?
Reluctantly, he will help.
Okay. Let's see.
Minimal effort.
He's not going to put himself into a life-threatening position.
All right. So Infants can determine how big or how much stuff he's going to expend there.
So where Where exactly is the fire on the building?
Let's see. So, based off of the descriptive stuff, it looks like most of the building is on fire,
Jurgen's going to be
which
directing
seems
people toward
oddly
the
weird.
voices from inside.
Hey, y'all
So-
remember the game that Nosh ran where we ran into the fire? Was it that's a Dark Witch? I totally ended up tracking that down, and I have those that information in case somebody wants to charge into the fire.
Yeah. Anyway, Jurg is suggesting people help in the general direction of potential victims inside. So Infus may have that to work with at least.
Okay. So regarding your question there, Infus, is like, where is the fire? Since you are a pyromancer, I would like you to give me an IQ check plus your magery level.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Well, this is simply because he is really familiar with how fire works. So when he takes a look at it and gives it a second or two of consideration, the sheer size or scope of the fire absolutely does not indicates it's like this is not one fire. It looks like somebody has set multiple fires on this place, because normal fire doesn't quite work this way. All right, so what is the purple for? Because I was totally thinking that is the direction of the river. That's there's probably not, in this case. There's probably not these or what are these other buildings are probably like where some boats can dock and such like that.
Yeah, I was thinking that made the most sense to be the water line.
Ah, yeah, gotcha.
Which is good because there's plenty of water real close.
Yeah, I'm wondering. Okay, so you've made the leadership check. That's fine. You've got some people. Oh yeah, we probably do need to stop this or get this fire out. And Christoph and Soren are assisting. I'm just wondering what kind of check can they make to actually be involved? Because there's no like firefighting role.
Well, I do recall that I had actually found something, although I think it's sort of a hex by hex situation, if I recall correctly.
Oh yeah, I don't want to go in that.
Which is probably not where we want to go, but that might give us somewhere to start. Hold on.
No. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have Christoph and Soren give me health checks. If you are fit, that will apply. This is basically because it's really freaking exhausting to, grab this bucket and throw it, or in this bucket. These buckets are kind of hard, and the margin of success. Okay, so Soren is sufficiently awesome about not losing any real fatigue. He's done this before, but it's going to be like, margin of, well, he's going to lose like one fatigue, but that's it. And margin of fail would be 1 plus margin of fail for any fatigue that you have earned, gained, whatever. So yeah, so in that case, Christoph would, since he failed by 1, he loses 2 fatigue. Clearly, whoever it is that you're working for is not putting in maximum effort. So you're probably like right next to Soren, who's just sort of half-assing it, and you're making up for it. Maybe you should shove him into the fire or to the river, one of the two.
What? That's not our job.
I'm gonna say that when it burns down the whole town.
So I've put a big green circle on
Yep.
the. All right. So I'm going to expend because that circle has a. It's 14 yards, I think, in its. What is that? Not diameter, but it's from the center
Radius?
to the side.
Radius?
Radius, thank you.
Hey,
I'm
I
gonna
remembered a math term. Woohoo!
So I'm going to expend 42 power, and I will cast a
Ooh.
spell that will extinguish flames in that entire area.
That is definitely going to trigger calamity. That's going to be awesome.
You want
love it.
calamity? I'll give you calamity. And then watch me
Okay.
fail. Watch me fail. Yep. So with the failure, do I just expend like 1 point?
I
That's
think
normally how
that's
spells
the
work.
case. Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
normally the case.
Okay, so we're going to make this 43 then. I'm going to try again. Okay, 43 then.
Sweet. So we need that needs to be kind of cool. How does that work? It's just like, you sort of put your hand in there and all of the fire starts like, just dwindling, and it's almost like you're sucking the fire into your hand.
Toss
you're
one
fine,
bucket of
because-
water and the whole thing goes out.
Well, I was just thinking, it's like there's going to be at least one or two people who are going to go, wait a minute, and realize what happened, and maybe he could get free beer for a year.
Well, remember, I'm doing this in such a way that people are throwing water on it. I'm throwing water on it, just trying to be very inconspicuous.
So everybody's like, yay, as you're tossing
Exactly.
water. All right, so where is the thing that I wanted to look up now? Because what is the... Yeah, well, that's all well and good until you have a pyromancer who comes over and goes, nah, bro, and he just makes all of it go away. Because that's awesome.
If so, the calamity threshold is what, 30?
Yeah, I was trying to remind myself. I was like, where the hell did I put that?
So every
There it is.
full 5 points by which the tally exceeds threshold.
So that's going to be 2.
All right.
'Cause
So
that's-
I will roll 3 dice and add 2.
Or roll on the... Did I not remember to share the calamity table?
I've got it right here. All right. So
Come
I'm gonna
on,
add
big money.
2.
Okay. Let's see. Something goes awry with the spell. Ultimately, the spell effects are still present, but with an added detriment of some kind. An explosive fireball will still explode, but may explode with greater force, thus affecting allies, or it may not explode for 1d or 2d seconds. A healing spell will still heal the target, but it may drain those healed HP from the caster or from the very ground around them, and so on. Okay, so, what would be an effective way to do that?
Well, it would be like, so detrimental. So does that mean like it extinguishes, or I don't know, what would be detrimental in extinguishing a fire?
Well,
Sucks all the
I was
oxygen out of the
thinking-
place.
My first
Like, it
thought
could
was
leave everybody-
It moves to it actually removes the fire and puts it somewhere else. But that might be too detrimental. I'm not sure.
I think to pick up on Ronki's idea, what if everybody who's helping suddenly just finds themselves unable to catch their breath, and they all drop their buckets and are like,
That's interesting. Yeah.
Start suffocating, making suffocation rolls.
The fire goes out, but the smoke continues.
Well, that's not as detrimental. I like the
It
idea
is if you're
of
standing there.
I like the idea of the oxygen being sucked out, but it's just like, okay, so how long does that last?
What's the duration of the spell?
It's instant, I believe, because it's instantaneous.
Is there a
Let's
time to
check.
cast?
let's check.
Don't think there is.
So, yeah, no, it's an area spell. Once out, a fire stays out. Base cost 3. Puts out all ordinary magical fires.
And 1 second time to cast?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think there's no actual explanation of how long it takes to cast.
That area never catches fire ever again. So good luck starting a fireplace.
I guess you could roll like 3d6 plus a number of turns where there's no oxygen.
Ultimately, that's not going to matter too much.
Well, it will. You suffer 1 fatigue every turn.
Yeah, but once it's over, you're going to be back to normal. You're not going to be dead.
unless you're
Well,
unless you are dead.
I mean,
It's gonna
detrimental,
take-
not.
It's going to take 4 minutes for somebody to die from lack of oxygen.
Now, detrimental, I'm not sure it has to be, some added detriment. That doesn't mean people have to die.
Yeah, but this is Warhammer, so
So a healing spell, still heals, but could drain those from me, health, for instance. So if we extinguish a fire,
It extinguishes all the fires.
That would be kind of amusing, actually. You want to cause some riots there, Infus? I mean, accidentally?
well, you make a decision there, GM.
Another fire-related thing. The place could become instantaneously freezing, so everyone has to make a health roll.
That was the next one I was thinking was reverse it, and now it's friggin' frost cold.
Okay, that's kind of a cool idea.
Ha.
Pun not intended, but still appropriate because puns are the best. So let's see. So if it's super frigid cold, then that is the whole. Where the hell is that gonna be? And
Yeah, that kind of has the same problem as the oxygen in that when it's over, nobody's going to have died from it or anything.
no, but
Unless it's like
some
flash frozen.
yeah, because that's sort of what I was thinking. It's just like
Yeah, I can see that.
to his surprise, he like he does that and he's like, this is gonna be it's gonna work great. And then it's like not only is the fire gone, but there's like suddenly bam, it's so cold in here. There's like ice everywhere. You've got whoever it was, the most recent person was like in the process of tossing his bucket, and now it's like a solid thing of ice, leaving the bucket. But
Is there
everyone
Is there some kind of cold spell handy that you could replace it with, I guess?
Okay, so
Well-
thermal shock in
that's
basic
what I was
set.
trying to.
Set 430.
430. Okay.
You make
I
a
was
health roll. Take
two frickin'
fatigue
pages
equal to
away.
margin of failure. Or you lose one, regardless. Otherwise, you lose equal to the margin of failure.
Well, if you
Yep.
want to, if you really want to have fun with this, can we share that?
Yes, you can. Oh yeah, I forgot about destroy air and effect does 1d minus 2 damage to anyone in the area who fails a health check. That works fine. We can just use that one. And since
very
it's
good.
instantaneous, what we can say is that it happens. Everybody gasps, and then it's like, oh. But if they have failed the health, then they've actually taken physical damage. So everybody give me a health check. I'm just rolling for regular peoples, and I rolled an 11. So there's going to be a lot of people who are. Looks like all of you have succeeded. We got by 0, by 4, by 2, by 0, and I rolled an 11. And operating on the presumption that normal people have like a 10, so that means, bunch of people took like 3 points of damage from how the it got suddenly so damn cold, or not cold, but the air just got. But
Yeah, I
then
like
it's
that.
like then it's like everybody can suddenly breathe again, and they're looking around like, what the hell was that? Hey, the fire's out! Huzzah!
Yeah, if that was destroy air, that means that will have collapsed back in with a very loud thunder.
Yeah, there was a bang, a really loud boom there, and that's definitely going to cause a bunch of people to start freaking out. In fact, tomorrow, when word of this gets around, there may be a witch hunter in town who may start, like poking around and trying to find out what the hell that was.
Must be that necromancer from Bögenhafen.
What are you
What's his
talking
name?
about?
HP?
Yeah, I was going to say, what was his name? Hans Peter something or other?
Yeah, Hans Peter Putz.
So looking at the time, okay, so the evening after this is immediately over, what is is anyone else planning on doing anything else immediately thereafter? Like, are you going to start going into investigation mode? Or are you like, brushing your hands off, going, don't care?
I don't think it would
Enfys
have
is going to
occurred
be.
to Jorg to investigate it.
Enfys is going to be curious about it.
Yep. Okay, so among the people that were actually in this tavern and have ended up coming out are a couple that several of you will have actually interacted with. First of all, there is good old Yosef, who is like a little singed, but he's and maybe slightly inebriated, but very pleased to see his old friend or his sort of pseudo nephew Christoph. And what? Okay, hold on. I have to resize something because it was being stupid. I hate it when that happens. There is also another guy that several of you did actually play poker with or gamble with back
Hey.
in a village. He is super confused and is like, he was clearly very badly singed, but he was here meeting with Yosef about some potential transport stuff. But with Enfys being curious, how is he going to assuage his curiosity?
I'm going to start examining the building like a fire inspector would. I'm going to start looking for, how it started. Was it natural? Was it magical?
What kind of? I'm wondering what kind of skill that would require.
Yeah, I was just thinking that myself.
That
Well, if we go back to our earlier ruling on an IQ roll +3 to understand how the fire, I would say it's got to be something related to that.
Yeah, possibly. Let's see. So, with regards to was this a magical fire, I think a thaumatology check would probably make sense. And by 4, yeah. So it's like you poke around, you feel absolutely no. Well, actually, you can't say that anymore because I was going to say you felt no indications of magic, but that's no longer the case. Thanks to your stuff, but you're able to differentiate your magical signature, for lack of a better term, from others, and you do not sense any indication that this was started magically. Otherwise, give me a. Do you have search?
No.
If not search, then just a perception check. All right, success by 3. As you are poking around, you are absolutely going to end up finding a couple of indications, like okay, in this particular this area over here, there's kind of a smell that you vaguely recognize is it's very, very strong. I won't say lamp oil because I don't know if they have like kerosene, but it definitely seems like this was a victim of arson based off of what you are looking at.
But these
Interesting.
guys came out saying, we didn't start the fire, we didn't light it, but we tried to fight it.
It was always burning, though. Clearly, you're going to have to hunt those guys down and have them hung and hanged.
We're gonna find that. We're gonna find that bard named Billy Joel.
Yeah, he needs to be. He's the first one that needs to go. All right. So, Sergeant Rudy's like, yeah, okay. Well, that I actually have no idea how much you bring to him with regards to that. But he clearly was like, doesn't matter, none of my business. And also, he's like, also like, I think I'm off shift now, so.
Well, my plan is to definitely make it known to the others what the HP's master told me about his premonitions of something amiss is happening, and he's actually pulled us into this through his finanglings.
Something wicked this way comes.
And somehow, ironically, Soren finds himself indebted yet again to this man.
Oh, damn, I totally forgot to mention that, didn't I? I was absolutely going to have him make the comment where it's like, yeah, I already spent a bunch of money to get you guys, what is it? Where is it? Yeah, I already spent a great deal of money on the barrister that I and that alderman sent to bail you out, and I absolutely intend to recover that fundage from that bloody thief Roth.
Yep, Soren.
But I
what can I
forgot
say?
that part.
What can I say, Soren? The very air you breathe is a miasma of just bad luck.
No. You're kidding, right? Please tell him.
No,
Tell me you're kidding.
I'm not kidding. You're doubly indebted to this man now.
Oh, fuck.
Hey, why don't we go get a drink?
Probably not at this place.
Firefighting is thirsty business. I feel really tired.
Yeah, you kind of do. Okay, so and with that note, and on that bombshell, I need to remember that. Start.
Oh, there you go.
And on that bombshell, we will fade to black, cue the music, and roll the credits. If you're watching or listening to this and have comments, questions, complaints, or general heckling, feel free to leave a comment here or find us at Discord. Please consider liking and subscribing to our YouTube and Twitch channels. Or don't. I'm not your dad. Anyway, thank you for watching. Olympus out.
See ya.
Wow, 10 o'clock.